Hello and welcome to Dice Dames and Dudes with
What's
Parrot. With Parrot. Hi, buddy.
Bryn is a pirate now.
You know what? At this point,
Yarr.
Bryn is like, animal handling is off the charts, so we'll just roll with it.
The dogs are going to get jealous.
No, because the parrot is clearly in charge of the dogs.
Right.
You look.
Yes,
you
leave
laugh.
Dr. Bird in charge of the dogs and the.
You
the
laugh,
metal.
but this is what I'm saying: is whenever I have had a dog, this parrot has taken over.
I see.
That's funny.
Yeah, he is the one calling the shots, and all the other animals are like, he can fly, so that's like there's
He
like,
will
yeah,
kill us
I guess
from
that's
above.
enough.
he can fly and he can crack nuts with his beak. I don't really feel like seeing what else he wants to crack, so yeah, that's fine. You be in charge.
So how you doing, Luke?
I am doing okay. Had to replace my battery in my car today. Went to the grocery store last night before Topicless, and came back out, and the car just didn't want to start. Like, what?
Did you leave your lights on?
No. I think it just my battery was old, and it was about time to replace it anyway. So yeah, I had to replace the battery today, and I was worried that I wasn't going to make it to the show on time last night. Even I did, but yeah, I had to wait for the tow truck to show up, and they just jumped it. So I'm glad that it wasn't anything more serious than a dead battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The other thing, if you don't have any aftermarket shit, like an aftermarket alarm or like an amp that bypasses your fuse block or anything like that,
Yeah.
to where it's constantly drawing power, you might want to just go buy like AutoZone or Discount Auto or whatever you got over there, and they'll do a free alternator test for you.
Oh yeah, alternator's fine. Yeah, the
Cool.
tow truck tested the alternator last night. Before he left.
That was super nice of him. AAA?
Well, yeah, AAA. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. AAA pays for itself very quickly.
Yeah, I'm very glad that that we're also going to have my AAA in effect.
Yeah.
When Shay and I drive to New York and then all the way back down.
Yeah. We lost Woodrow.
Yeah,
He had to restart.
rebooting.
Oh, okay. Yeah. AAA is great. Absolutely great to have on a trip like that. So
Yeah. Shay.
you want to have a plugged up parrot, be careful.
He's had way more cheese than this. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah. That's the only.
No.
It's like, yeah, I want
Froggy.
the rest of that bowl. Like,
Don't you get Froggy?
She's already fed him nuts. So.
It's going to be like that
part of the
picture of the white bird, like that just sticks its entire head underneath the chocolate fountain. That's what he's going to be with the mac and cheese. Yeah. That's
what he does. Like when he really likes something and he knows I'm trying to keep him from it, he tries to bypass any any of my efforts of keeping him away by just diving quickly headfirst into it, because then I can't stop him. And he's done it to cereal.
Yep.
He's done it to pizza. Oh, what is that? Oh no, Scam. Why is my ringer on? Gross.
That was gross. Let's not ever do that again.
See, I have like the standard fucking ringtone because I never have my ringer on.
I mean, I never had my ringer on either, but I have a different ringer.
Can you hear us now?
Are you good, Woodrow?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yay.
Okay. Yeah, these headphones that I got are like fighting with my laptop, and it like shut all my shit down. I couldn't even hear just the YouTube thing open, and it like reset all my shit. It was so fucking weird. Everything's through Bluetooth though, so that's like shut my Bluetooth down.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Oh.
So real quick, saying hey to the chat. We got Past Master Dan saying hit the like, do the thing. We got Frog G giving us crap because we are never on time.
Roll the ones run time.
Yeah, we're really good at rolling ones. Got some Woodrow, dude. Amiga was up. What's up, Vic? And some death metal hero, dude.
Yeah, some weirdo. Don't mind him.
Yeah, we don't.
Some death metal try hard.
Whatever.
Poser. I figured you'd like that.
Yeah, you saw what happened to Polton when he tried that whole hot.
I actually
route.
I did not watch the actual fight. So
yeah, it was a pretty good fight, but for some reason at the end, I disappear in a cloud of blood, and I send in the zombie remains of the Jack Show to dismantle Polton.
It was like, I ain't got time for this Mickey Mouse bullshit, and then blood smoked out.
Yep.
What's up, Ink? He says just wanted to say hey.
What's up,
Ink?
Good to see you, man.
Murder Bird is back. I don't know if you remember Ink. But
he's looking at the camera. He's like, I like that moniker, Murder Bird.
He's like, what's up? Don't ask questions. You cannot have the rest of that mac and cheese. You are done. You have had enough.
I am going to try to get the rest of that mac and cheese as long as it is here.
Oh.
So what are the odds we're going to see mac and cheese covered bird before the end of the show?
Yeah.
I mean,
you can hear me, can't you? He's looking at me.
He's like, don't blow up my spot.
By the way, I just uploaded this.
I haven't got time for this Mickey Mouse bullshit.
There we go.
Solid. All right. How's your week been, Woodrow?
It's been good, actually. Just busy with work. But other than that, I'm just excited to be getting closer, with my book. I'm just inching closer. But yeah, it's been good. So I'm happy with it. Ugh.
Excellent.
Sai, how's your week been?
Ups and downs. Doing decent though.
Okay.
That wasn't a sex thing, Shay.
Awkward. Was here. Thanks, Sai.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Woodrow, you want to do the recap because I'm
All right. Last time on Dice Dames and Dudes, the party made their way through a storming necrotic nebula. They broke through the eye of the storm, revealing an excavation site that sits at its center. Every minute or so, a bolt of green lightning strikes down from the nebula into the asteroid, and Kirby warns that the storm seems to be affecting their vital signs. If this wasn't ominous enough, the party was silently invited into the asteroid's interior. Sitting inside was Perry Schuler, lich archaeologist and businessman, who sold the party the demon box to cure Bryn's nightmares. After a deeper discussion on the nature of their shared reality, Perry reincarnated Kirby, rejoining his mind, body, and soul. However, Kirby returned as a sentient ooze without his video game avatar's clerical abilities. Leaving the asteroid, they spotted the pirates that they left stranded and decided they didn't learn their lesson the first time. So it was a pretty quick battle last we left off. Bryn destroyed their engines with a 19 natural critical with the targeting the sensors. Then Dis teleported into the cockpit and eviscerated the pilot and gunner, and then took the others hostage as Kronos made sure they couldn't bring any of their other systems online by hacking them all off.
Yep.
Shutting them all off. So, last we left off, I believe you guys had put them in the brig and basically said you were going to repair the ship's engines enough to limp it back to the
asteroid base.
The rebel base. But one of the things that got mentioned in the last session that I don't want you to forget is that ship that you're repairing has an M drive on it, which is one of the functions of an M drive is basically like a personal warp. So it's a ship that doesn't need to use the gates, the public gate system. So once you get it online, you can enter the coordinates of the rebel basin and actually warp there yourself if you wish.
Can a ship, can like my ship be docked to it so we can use that to warp through?
Essentially, yeah. You can. And then Perry, one of the enchantments that he's going to give to Dis is the amulet in the starship, so you could go back and have that done, or you could just use the stealth generators on because I think it only has one docking spot, this specific ship, because it's not too big of a ship.
But if you put Dis's ship in Kronos' ship and then Kronos' ship docked
in
no,
it's like little Russian nesting dolls.
Right. I would have to have my ship enchanted to be shrunk, so I can just put it on my necklace,
or send it with its stealth systems through the gate back if Kronos was the one that docked with the ship with the M drive, or vice versa.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you got to figure that out, and it will take time to fix the engines because the engines were destroyed with weapons fire. They were not hacked like the other systems, so no other systems are destroyed. They can't be easily repaired because that was just you shutting them off. But the engine will take some time, so go ahead and give me intelligence and your proficiency plus a d20. And then if anyone wants to aid, they can. And if you want to do something other than aid, and maybe add like a to the roll in some way, shape, or form, let me know.
You can't Bardic Inspire yourself, can you?
Not yourself, not unless you're a specific kind of bard, or I think a certain level. I can't remember.
Okay, so I guess my question would then become, in terms of ship repair, that's going to be engineering?
Yeah, and so Kronos, did you take? No, I think. Let me see real quick. I have Kirby's character sheet. I can't remember if he still took guidance or not. I was going to give you guidance.
I have a plus 11 to engineering.
What's up, Johnny?
I should have, which I don't know.
I have a plus 0.
So my intelligence is a plus 3. My intelligence saving throw is a plus 9. Now, granted, I get a plus 1 on that, so let's call it plus 8. But my intelligence roll for engineering is only a plus... I know why. Because I don't have proficiency.
Yeah.
So I don't get my proficiency bonus.
Yeah, you're not a rogue. You don't have proficiency in every single thing.
Some people, Kronos.
What? I don't have
half proficiency.
You get half proficiency in everything.
I know. It's only half.
It's only a bucket and a quarterstaff, but I'm not telling you that.
As you go to kind of run your diagnostics on the engines to see kind of how long it's going to take you, Kirby goes with you, and he's casting guidance, but he's not casting it like he did before. He's not the cleric the game cleric avatar. He's just his ooze engineer. So he kind of walks down with you in the lion suit, and then he kind of like forms out of it. The ooze sort of forms next to it and puddles up into a human form, and he like kind of turns and puts his finger up to the lion armor, and it sort of stops, and then turns to watch the door as you guys enter the engine room, and he's like, "Yeah, I've programmed it so that bad boy is my bodyguard now. He's my battle armor." And he pulls out engineering tools, and basically as he starts kind of like moving them around the panels and stuff, he's actually like kind of like arcane sigils are kind of forming, and you have guidance on the roll, so you're not being aided by him, but he is letting you roll a d4 with the check.
Okay, so who's rolling? Is it me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're the one with the proficiency for it.
Can I aid since there's nothing else I can do?
Yeah, so you can follow too, and you can basically be moving the heavy stuff, breaking off the heavy panels, or holding the light, stuff like that. But yeah, you can basically go in and use your aid action to help in any way, shape, or form.
All right, so I'm using my intelligence plus my proficiency, or I'm using my engineering?
It's the same. Should be the same.
Nope. My engineering is a plus 11. My proficiency and intelligence is plus 6.
So use your engineering then.
Okay. All right, so...
So while you're figuring that out, quick question in character.
Yeah.
So if we're keeping the ship, which we obviously are, and we can only dock one ship to this to be able to make the jump to ludicrous speed or whatever the fuck it is, because it's just starships.
It's a planar jump.
Plus 4, so 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should I go back and be able to shrink my ship? Is that what we're doing? Because I don't want to sit here with my thumb in my butt while you're repairing those engines if I need to go have him do this, because I doubt it's going to be instant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that actually might not be a bad idea.
Hey, Bran.
Yeah.
I'll be back soon, hon.
Okay. Good Frog G. Don't forget the new player. What's the parrot's class? What's the most chaotic class that anything could have?
Warlock.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Or sorcerer, wild magic sorcerer.
Wild magic.
He's a chaotic evil warlock is what he is.
There we go.
That fits the wild magic makes sense, and he's stuck in parrot form.
Yeah.
That's why he's mad.
He's just super pissed that he went chaotic evil.
So, Dis, if you want, go ahead and give me 3 pilot checks, and you can just write them down and then tell me what they are in order.
Okay. I'm gonna mute to do it because it's gonna be loud as fuck.
You're good. And then, so for the engine, that check with the diagnostics and you getting started, you think that there's probably about 12 hours of work to do on this, but with that check, you think you could get it done in 6 to 8. So if anyone wants to just rest, to try and take a rest if you need to. I don't know if you need to at this point, but you can. So let's see.
I think we should all be good because we just ended on a level up pretty much.
Anything.
No, because it was all ship stuff.
Yeah, I don't think anyone got hit. I think Diz just went in and murked everybody real quick.
Yeah, that's pretty much how that happened.
In order, 24, 29, 23.
24, 29, 20. Okay, that is good. Because the first one was 24, the first one was 25, and that one didn't move, so it was a 21. So, boom. So yeah, you get back to the asteroid, and as you're going down, the lightning has stopped. There's no more of the sort of necrotic energy. You don't feel like the tugging or the tensing in your chest anymore around your heart. You kind of land in, and you this time you kind of pull the ship up, and it's sort of because you have his contact, you can sort of just signal him, and he'll move the shield so you can actually park the ship in there.
Yo, open the garage door.
Yeah. And as you go into the facility, you can see that the undead are kind of back on their consoles. 2 of them are sort of in the back corner in their power armor, the sentient ones, and they're sort of like leaned up against the wall, like they're like out of use or out of order. And Perry is still in the same back room that he was, and turns and goes, "Oh, I didn't expect you back so soon."
Neither did I. I need to talk to you about some enchantments. We ran into some Imperial entanglements, and I have a need for one a little bit more sooner than I thought.
Well, I've got
more
a few
urgently?
hours. Let's see what I could do. Is this the one you mentioned before? The
yes,
shrinking. Yeah. Okay.
And if possible, I'd like to copy or duplicate the enchantment from the item onto this so as not to destroy the boat. I can't stick the boat in my pocket if I can't stick the boat in my pocket. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Did I ever give you a link to that Woodrow? Did I ever give you a link to that
I'm looking
document?
at it right now. I just opened it.
I'm looking for where I gave you that link. Oh, it was probably direct instead of
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. he kind of like looks it over and he goes, "Well, let me follow you out to the ship." And he kind of like takes the amulet from you, kind of like looking over the ship. He goes, "I could do this in maybe 5 hours, but if you don't want me to destroy the full amount, it's going to be costly. I'm going to need some gold to burn as components. So,
What's that? Eject him from the airlock?
How much?
If you have 1,000 gold, I should be able to duplicate this with the resources I have here.
I'm going to unfurl my scroll that is my Google Doc. How much for this?
Looking it over, he says that, well, this is going to be somewhat costly. Are you sure you want to move this enchantment? This is a powerful enchantment. He's just sort of going over everything, like trying to add it all up. He goes, this will take some time if you want all of this done now.
Right. I figured that you could get an idea of what I want done and then let me know the materials you're going to need in case it's like something I can get at a market or, off a dead body or,
Understood.
Rip a soul out of something.
Oh my gosh.
I will compile a list. Let's see. So, with 1,000 gold and just the 6 hours, so we'll say 6. You can sit here and just kind of chill and take downtime. Either do a long rest, or whatever. Like I said,
long rest. Yeah.
Yeah, within your do a little trance. That'll be done. So by the time Kronos is done with the repairs, you should be showing up.
Perfect.
Okay, so remove the 11,000 gold and back to the ship.
And you're going to need 3 more rolls to get back out, right?
Yes, when you leave.
Okay.
If you want to do them now, just save them. You can.
Yeah,
or tell
that's
me what
fine.
they are. So back on the ship, I'm assuming if I remember correctly, they were thrown in the brig, and were they put in separate
The husband and wife.
cells?
No, they were put in the same cell.
Okay.
And I believe
That's dangerous of us.
this left a +1 dagger
A
in
+1 dagger for them to I said basically 2 NPCs enter, 1 NPC leaves.
Yeah.
You gave him a magic weapon, dude. That's so perfect. Okay.
Just a +1. I
know,
I
it's
saw
still-
that
but it's it's magic.
I randomly had one and that I have never used. So
Yeah, it's probably from the first campaign.
I really think it was.
So that will be okay. These rolls. I had to look up something. So Kronos, Bryn, what are you doing while you're on the ship? Because Kirby's going to be in there fixing the engines the whole time, and you're aiding. Mm-hmm. So are you just chilling in there? Are you going to be on the ship's systems? Is there anything you want to specifically be doing? Or are you just going to be in the ship's engines, getting dirty with everybody?
I figured I'd just be getting dirty.
Okay, so Kronos, go ahead and give me another engineering check. And a 19. Okay.
+11, that is 23. Am I still doing the additional D4?
Yeah.
Okay. 23
By the way, my
plus
piloting
another
made
4, so 27.
27. And what was
Yep.
that? This?
my piloting made it.
Okay.
Like more than I wanted it to. One of them was a 30, as in a nat 20.
I
Why are you
believe
wasting that 20 now? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and it was the last roll, so the chances of me getting it's just,
Uh-huh. The odds have been reset.
yes.
Again.
Kronos,
Yes.
what is your passive perception? I remember your insight is like crazy, but I don't think your perception
My
is
passive
too...
let's see, my passive perception is 22, just like my insight.
Oh, it's the same. Okay.
My passive investigation is 16.
Oh, okay.
My passive wisdom is both of perception and insight. But yeah, perception 22, insight 22. That's both my passive.
All right. So you think you hear screaming coming from the brig, which is below you technically, because you guys are just above the cargo bay, and the brig is right next to the cargo bay.
You know what? I'm gonna.
Do
What
I
map
hear
did
it
we
as
use
well,
for this?
or
Huh? What, Bryn?
I said, do I hear that as well?
Give me a perception roll, because I don't think your passive is perception's over 20.
What map did we use for the interior of the ship? I can't remember.
Barbarian the gunship, the barbarian gunship.
Yeah. Okay.
There it is.
Got it.
I was like, where the fuck did my perception go? Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right, so that actually you do hear it too. So you both are kind of working. Kirby doesn't seem to hear it with his 2 on the dice, as you guys both kind of look up at each other in that moment when you hear a scream and just kind of like, huh? And it's muffled. It's not like super loud.
All right. I think I will. I think I'm gonna run down there real fast.
Let me know if you need backup.
I will. I mean, they're in the brig, so
Yeah, they're locked up.
yeah, they're locked up. So I mean, as long as they don't
Just saying.
then arm's reach.
Yeah, but you don't know. Maybe
Theoretically.
they're gonna do like blood sacrifice magic or some shit. Like, you don't fucking know their
Summon
path.
a Baylor.
Right.
Should you need help, let me know.
Yeah. I mean, you feel free to follow after.
Okay, all right. Then
Just in case
I
leave
leave Kirby doing what he's doing, and
Kirby, I heard something. I'm gonna head down
Stay
there.
here.
Bren, follow
I
me.
can
Stay
take over.
here.
Yeah. I'll bolt down the bolt down there, and I want to stop. I want to stop like at least. I want as soon as I can see the brig, like see into the cell. I want to stop as soon as I can see into the cell.
Yeah. Okay. So you sort of like run out of the double doors that lead into the engineering bay, and you sort of like grab the ladder that's on the wall, slide down, and sort of run into front of the where you see like the blue barriers, the blue sort of force field barriers of the brig's cells, and you see in one of them where the male elf, which doesn't look like an elf anymore as you're looking at him, he almost looks like a weird kind of plant-like almost. He looks humanoid, like there's skin, but it's like rough, and there's like flaps and folds that almost come off the skin that's kind of like fungal in nature almost. And he's sort of grabbing his head and rolling around on the ground, and you can she's looking sort of like up.
Damn it.
It's something, and you see the she's saying like, hurry up, I don't know, your form has slipped, and she's sort of, and you kind of hear that as you slide in and see what's going on. And then Bryn, you make your way right behind him in no time. He's just a little faster with the boots of speed.
Mm-hmm.
That's peculiar. Form has slipped. Interesting.
What the fuck is that?
I am very curious. Let's see what else do I have here?
I just have Axie in my hand, and it starts to smolder just a little bit. I'm like, I'm just saying.
Yeah, and she has her back to you, like he's on the floor in the back of the cell. She's looking over him with a knife, so she can't see you guys. You guys are just kind of like watching her panic and looking up at the wall. She's not seeming to turn around. She's focused on like the top kind of corner of the room where the wall meets the roof.
Is she holding the knife?
Yeah, and then after you guys are kind of sitting there, she goes like, "I don't see it anymore. It was only for a moment. Are you okay?" And he's like, "It hurts. It's so cold." And then the form kind of shifts, and you see him back, in the same clothes, but his form looks now like the elf form that you saw before. And he sort of gets up and takes the hand from his eyes and sees you guys past her looking in. And he's like, "Oh, seems we're not alone. Something attacked us. Some kind of light." And you can see when he's like as his form or his hand comes down on his neck, it seems like there's like black veins. And you've seen that before with other effects of like necrosis. Different necrotic damage has done stuff similar to that.
Interesting. All right. Do with the goggles on, do I see anything? Is there anything like invisible around?
So up in the corner,
Uh-huh.
for a split second, you think you see a light sort of fading out of existence almost. Like it sort of pulled out of the ship. Like it sort of, you know what I mean? Like it sort of phased through the wall and disappeared.
Interesting. So
this is that Star Trek episode with the disappearing aliens.
there's a Farscape episode like this too.
There's literally every episode like this in anything that's a sci-fi.
So I asked him. So what do you guys know about this area? And have you ever seen anything like that before?
No. It seemed spectral or magic or something. It just appeared in between us and then drifted up, and it got cold, and I fell to the floor, and it's like hard to breathe. I felt like the air being pulled from my lungs. And you can see he is trying to catch his breath as he talks to you. And with your insight, Kronos, your passive insight, you don't detect any sort of deception.
He ain't trying to bullshit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Not that you can detect.
Yes.
Well, his passive is like 26.
I've got a ridiculously high.
I still don't trust him.
I mean, they're staying in the fucking brig, but
Well,
Just let us out. No, just kidding. Right? No, they don't.
No,
They don't think
sorry,
that
chum.
they don't think they're gonna get let out, so they're not saying that.
Just saying, I wish I was there with a 32. Been nice.
Huh. Okay, so you've never. And how long have you been, stationed out in this area, preying on people as they fly by?
You see, the male elf, well, changeling, kind of looks up
Uh-huh.
and is thinking, and she looks you in the eyes, and there's like a weird coldness, and she goes like, "Why do you care? All this prying. Just do what you're gonna do with us, or leave us to the whatever it is that attacking us in here. I don't want to answer any more of your questions."
So before anything else happens through the neural network, I let Kronos know, like, if you want, I can cast clairvoyance to be able to at least either see or hear at all times what's going on in this room. Like, I don't know if you've got a sensor that could do that instead of me having to burn a spell, but I could always put that up if we want to.
Go ahead.
You could say, Bryn, you could actually pull it up in your network. Kronos could basically jack you into the ship, and you could pull up a video feed and like audio feed of the room.
Okay.
That way you don't gotta burn a spell.
Yeah, you
yeah,
save
exactly.
That. Yeah, you save that.
Does the telepathic link work as far away as I am?
So you guys don't have the telepath? You mean the neural link you guys share?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can use that. You can use that as long as you guys are in the same plane of existence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask the stupid question: Is the audio and video in that room recorded?
Give me an investigation check, Kronos.
All right.
And you get advantage on this because you're using the goggles. You're going into their ship systems, but you're kind of like using the goggles to flick through and find specific information.
Plus, you have root access to their system, so
yeah.
First one is 11. Let's see what the second one is. Second one is a 17. We'll take the 17 plus 6, and that is
23.
Thank you. And what am I adding on top of that?
You rolled a what?
I rolled 23. 17 plus 6.
Computer uses plus 6.
So plus 6 on top of that?
So it'd be whatever your used computer is. If you see your used computer, that would be added to whatever you got on the D20.
Oh, okay. Used computer, and then whatever I got on. Okay, so 17 plus 11, so that's 28.
Okay, yeah. So you get the sense when or not the sense, you know exactly. This ship has, most systems do have at least a default storage of the feeds and stuff of the cameras, and then it deletes and refreshes over time.
Right.
But this one actually specifically, it's meant to delete it and fragment it and just erase it because it's a pirate ship and they don't want any evidence being pulled from the ship to be used against them. But what you can think you can do, the way that the system is fragmenting it and deleting it, you might be able to recreate the feed. You just have you'd have to work at it. It'd be take effort.
Okay.
So if you want to keep doing your engineering, or your used computer, you can, which I think they're the same for you. But
yeah, they're both plus 11, use computer and engineering.
So give me another check and try to piece together the video feed from that room from moments earlier.
9 plus 11, so that'd be a dirty 20, right? 9
Dirty
plus 11.
20?
Yeah, dirty 20.
So you piece some of it together. You don't get the whole thing. It's kind of pixelated, but as you're playing it, the audio you do have, there's sort of you hear her. It starts with her saying like, they should have listened to me. We shouldn't have followed them. They were obviously more advanced than us. And the male chimes in, cuts her off, and he's like, "Do you see that? Whoa, it's beautiful." And then like the feed, they're sort of like talking to each other, and in between them, this little pinprick of light forms, and it is on the video feed as sort of like an orb, and it's actually one of the things that where the area and video is pixelated in that spot, you can actually see the orb focus. And as he sort of stands up, part of his body, it becomes in the pixelated area you can't really see. And something happens as the light gets brighter. She goes, "What is that?" And then goes for the knife that was on the ground. None of them had touched it. And then the feed you're putting together, he sort of like falls down and is grabbing his face. And you can see that all of the veins on his face and neck are like black, and it starts to recede. And where you've seen him now, it seems to like the black veins are basically gone. So it did something to him that had kind of like washed away over time. But that's as much as you can piece together before you guys get there.
Right. I mean, that basically leads us right up to where we came in and they were talking.
Mm-hmm. Are you sharing this video on the...
Yeah, you could be sharing it over the neural network, no problem.
So, necrotic energy.
That's what it looks like.
Maybe it's the aborted fetus looking for a new home.
Maybe.
I'm gonna ask Perry.
Yeah, see what Perry knows. I mean, he's our resident necro wizard.
I'm gonna put it on a pad and be like, "Hey, not to interrupt your 5 hours of."
He's sort of focusing, and you put the pad up in front of him, and he's one eye peeps open, and he kind of like looks down at it, and you can see his hands are still going, and kind of goes. What did you ask exactly? What's the question that you put on the pad?
Ever seen anything like this?
What is this?
What
do?
It's just a flash of light. So looking at it, he'd be like, "It seems like it might be some kind of specter."
And in parentheses, I'm putting necrotic energy. Bad touch.
He kind of closes his eyes and goes back to doing the like drawing the sigils, and focusing the energy, and kind of goes, "When these storms are focused the way that I focus them, they have a tendency to call in party guests. I suggest they take efforts to radiate the area
with
radiant damage."
Yeah. Radiant.
Yeah. He's basically telling you that they're probably like ghosts, specters, shadows, something. But
you know what? You guys need to take salt and rub the ship.
Yeah, just put a salt ring around the ship.
Salt circle in space.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Salt sphere in space.
I mean,
bands of salt all the way around the ship.
Yeah.
A salt egg.
Yep. Exactly.
Bryn, give me a survival check.
Oh.
Against salt egg. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, fucking hell.
Started.
13.
A 13.
I rolled a 2.
So, as you guys are having a discussion over the neural link, and this is relaying the information Perry is sharing. You sort of, your attention drifts to over Kronos' shoulder. There's something strange. It's almost like this pinprick of light, and you kind of like, for a moment, it's one of those things where if you see movement out of the corner of your eye, you can't help but look at it, and you look and it flashes bright, but you kind of look at it and you're like, ooh, and then nothing seems to happen. You do feel a rush of a cold sensation, almost like what people say, like that chill goes over your neck and the hair stands up, but the light sort of flashes and goes away. Give me a perception check as the light is dissipating.
22.
22. As the light dissipates, it almost like refracts, and you can see like a ghostly, like skeletal form in the dim light as it disappears and fades away. The honking is fucking getting to me. I don't know why. But
he just wants to be part of the conversation.
Yeah, like in a good way. It's like making me laugh. But,
yeah.
So yeah, you don't take any damage or anything, but you do feel like this necrotic presence, and then you see the form of it, like a skeletal visage sort of reaching out for you, and you can see anger on its face as it dissipates, and you get the sense that it's trying to form but can't fully form. Kronos, what are you doing at this moment?
Peeing.
I mean, I'm gonna keep. I guess I'll. I mean, we're kind of been just standing here reviewing footage, staring at them.
Yeah, just watching the cell. Basically, is where I'm at. I don't think you've moved much.
No, we haven't. We haven't moved. So you wanna tell me what that other form was I saw, or are you just gonna keep pretending like that didn't happen?
It looked like light. It's just an orb of light. And as they're talking
I'm
to you,
talking about your other form. What's going on?
He looks at her and goes like, "Honey, I really think at this point that's the least of our problems." And she's like,
"Yeah, it's kind of a moot point at this juncture."
And she says through her teeth, like, "You can do whatever you want, honey." And like,
I just whisper to the guy, and I was like, "That normally is a bad sign."
No, dude, just you stay right where you were at, okay?
She's just, we'll talk later.
Yeah,
there are other cells we can put you in. You don't have to sleep on the floor.
Yeah,
we can separate you two if we have to.
Looks past her and kind of like steps out and shifts the form again, and he goes like, "We're changelings. We're plant-based sentient life form, humanoids. I take it you haven't heard of our kind at all?"
No, I've heard of your kind. It's just haven't encountered one before. Never encountered one of your kind before. So you've just been pretending to be elves this whole time?
It's easy to get along in their society if you look like them.
Yeah, so. I suppose so.
That's a good point.
I'm getting ready to christen a new name for Axie, Salad Shooter.
No! Axie is Axie, damn it.
Why you always got to try to why you always got to chop everybody up? Sometimes they got stories. Damn it.
Sometimes they've got stories.
Yeah, sometimes they got stories.
After they tell their stories, then we chop them up.
I'm interested in our story a little bit more.
Well, their story is part of our story. It is on the way. To the
their story is his story.
Yeah.
Right. 2 plants enter. 1 plant leaves.
Well, just so you both know, you don't have to pretend to be something you're not while you're here.
Shit, Bryn got it.
If you're more comfortable in your natural form, you are more than welcome to be in your natural form. Nobody here cares. I understand staying as an elf to get by, but ain't nobody here but us.
I'm just going to say one thing. If you do decide to go to your natural form, can you just let me know so I can tell Enar that the salad locked up in a cell is not for him? I just want to make sure he's aware.
I'll just stay an elf. You can see the look on his face where he like everything just confused him and he got really scared.
Yeah, after hearing that, I don't.
I was just kidding.
You guys just,
Y'all are too literal.
You have us locked in a cage.
You
As
tried to kill us, so
yeah.
this is happening, Kronos behind and Bryn behind them. You see this time almost a fully formed skeletal visage. It's not just a pinprick of light. Sort of slide in through the hull of the ship behind the male figure, and it's sort of reaching for him, and kind of the hand reaches out and touches his shoulder, and you could see the black veins that were there pulse again on him, and his eyes go completely white. He goes and drops down to the ground, falling over. And yeah, what
can
do you
I
guys
cast
do?
the spell magic?
You can. So let's get initiative if you guys both want to act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's see.
Nat 20.
Oh,
So 24.
6
24.
plus 5, so that's an 11. Go ahead, Rick. I mean, I was gonna let you go first anyway, but you go ahead.
When I'm not
Just
there,
laughed at you.
when I'm not there, Bryn goes really fast.
I'm trying to act.
So, all right. So first is Bryn, and you guys are just in there watching the two in the cell. Bryn, you do see the one specter that's behind the male, but go ahead and give me just a survival check to sort of sense your surroundings.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So you did remember that you do know there's at least one more, and you kind of just
Okay,
for a
so there's
second
2 total.
that you were aware of, and you sort of glance out of your peripheral, and you can see that the pinprick is forming again to one of your sides, and you do know that like you looking at it is sort of what triggered that
Brings it
effect.
forward.
Yeah. So if you want to avoid the pricks of light, and you can see that the spectral ghost that's behind the elf or the changeling, it has the same sort of pinpricks of light, but they're in it both its eye sockets, and it's sort of like a same feeling. So if you want, you can avert your gaze, but attacks on against them will have disadvantage. But since you're a barbarian, you can attack recklessly, giving you advantage. So you can just have it so that your attacks are rolled at a normal.
Okay, so for my bonus action, I'm gonna rage, because I don't trust this shit.
So, as you start raging, you kind of hold Axie and go into your rage, and as you do that, sort of like when you use clairvoyance, there's almost like a clouding in your eyes. You can't really see it, but if Kronos were to turn around to the people in the cell, they can see your eyes sort of cloud over. Similar to almost what happened to the guy who got touched by the other specter. And around Bryn, Kronos, you can see that these spectral wings sort of come off her for a moment, but then it's a spectral Valkyrie that goes to one side, and then another wing opens up on her wings, open up on her back, and a Valkyrie flies out of her back. And there's sort of these 3 spectral Valkyries that are sort of flying around her as she goes into her rage. But that is your bonus action.
Nice.
You're badass, babe.
Yeah. Can I cast Banish on the one that's out by me and Kronos?
Yes, you can.
Let's do that.
I'm going to open your character sheet, but can you look at the banishment spell and tell me what the
you should
save
cast
is?
banish
I think it's charisma.
You should cast
Charisma
banish out by
19.
Okay, heard.
the one by them, because we can't. They're in the cell.
Okay, yeah.
With the energy up.
That's okay. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that the one that's here isn't going to also touch us and do the same shit.
So as you cast banishment, you sort of go into your rage, and like you said, hold your hand out to the ghost. And as you hold your hand out, one of the Valkyries flies out and sort of grabs the specter underneath both its arms and just flies backwards out of the ship. And you can see as it hits like the hull, it just like sprays, that light sort of dissipates into a bunch of little smaller and smaller specks as it just disappears. And that Valkyrie spirit kind of comes back through and joins the area that's around Bryn as she casts Banish and destroys one of the specters. And it is not native to this plane, so if you maintain the concentration on banishment, it will be permanently banished.
For 1 minute.
Action and bonus action. So, Kronos, you're actually next in the initiative. If you don't want to move.
I'm not going to move, and since after I do those two, I yell at Kronos, like, you've got to get the one that's in there with them.
All right. Well, then I guess I will drop the cell door so I can raise the AK. Just without any of the rings on it, just going for that radiant damage, and I will.
Give me before that action, because you're looking at your target to take a shot at it. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is a 17.
17? All right, no damage. As you look into the eyes of the specter, you can feel it's trying to draw your breath out of your body, but you just suck it in and start.
Shit.
Kronos is a master at inhaling and holding it.
Yeah.
That's
right. If the specter did take your breath, it'd probably get high, and that'd be just another banishment spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. So,
heck yeah.
Give me your first attack with the 3d8 radiant.
All right. 3d8. Where's my d8s? So 1d8, very spiky. And all right, 3d8 plus 3. Or no, plus 6. All right, so that's a 5. What is that? That is an 8. Nice. Spiky d8 comes through, and then a 6. So 11 plus 8 is 19. Yes, plus 19. Another 6
is 25.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So yeah, you turn and kind of like take aim at the pin prick of light that's starting to get wider over by Bryn, and you kind of boom, 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 and the first shot and the radiant damage disperses that one. Give me a your passive perception is actually really good. You can see that as you're sort of scanning the area, in one of the other brigs, there's another pinprick of light that's sort of like forming, and also in the back of sort of the brig area, and one of the back corners, there's another one. So there's 2 more that you can see. Let's see, these don't get picked up. So boom, boom. All right, yeah, okay, that's all. Then you still have 2. You still have 1 attack in your bonus action, and there's still 2 threats that are active.
Is there anything in the cell with them?
Not with them, no.
Okay.
That one is gone, and the one that was threatening Bryn from before is dead. But it seems like there is still more, and they just seem to be forming like in space.
Right, they're just kind of seeping through the walls now. We need to get out of here.
Gotta
because they're just going to keep coming.
Yeah, but how do we know they're not just going to follow us?
We don't.
Where
We've
they
got to get the
from?
ship moving.
We got to get the ship moving. I still haven't finished my my engineering.
Why don't you do that?
Because they're coming through the ship.
Shay has a laser rifle. Bryn has a laser rifle. Whatever the fuck her name is has a laser rifle.
All right.
So here's the thing, though. Are we bringing these guys with us, or are we leaving them down here as bait? Because that's kind of, if we leave here, they're just gonna die.
Yeah, they're gonna die cooped up. No, we'll let them out. But you know, if they pull shenanigans, I will put them in an airlock.
Or just call it Enar. I call it Enar over to help. Like, just grab both of them and run.
Can I ask a stupid question? It's not my turn, but still.
Yeah, go ahead.
Might we ask Kirby, who's in engineering, if shit is happening in there?
He's still fixing the machines. I've been making checks for him.
Okay.
He's still doing engineering. And looking at sensors and stuff.
I'll actually message up to Kirby. I mean, Kirby's part of our neural link, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if he's in the chat paying attention, yes, but you're assuming that he's paying attention to anything.
All right, I will send a direct message to Kirby with like all alarms on. Hey, we got a situation down here. We got ghosts coming through or something, and they've got the death touch. Are you okay up there?
Everything seems fine here.
Okay, how close are we to getting this engine going? Like realistically?
I've made some progress. We got most of it done in the 4 hours we've been working.
Okay, how much longer before we can move this hunk of junk?
If we really push it, we might be able to get it moving now.
Okay, well, we should probably move now.
Then we should try that.
Yeah,
All right,
we should move now.
Do you want me to sit here at the engine or to go to the pilot seat? Like, what? How do I go now? And so then it goes to Kronos. You still have technically one attack because that was just like a little bit of the talking in the.
Oh, I only
Right.
did
Then I will. Which one is closest to us? The
There's
spectrum?
one that's forming in the one of the other brigs,
Sorry.
and one that's forming. Yeah, that basically right there. That's kind of where I was pointing on my screen,
right.
even though like you guys could see it.
Which, I mean, I've got range on the one at the either one, right?
You'd have to drop the cell door of the one because I'm assuming all the doors are just on.
Yeah.
'cause you have
I mean,
them
I
locked,
kind
yeah.
of assumed they would probably be closed as well, and I mean,
Well, if they're force fields, they would be off by default unless they're occupied. If they're doors,
true.
then they would be closed.
Okay, then you would just have to move to get a shot on that one.
Brandon, get your laser rifle ready. You take the one in the cell. I'm going to take the one at the other end of the hall, and then I'm
Noted.
going to run up to the pilot, the piloting and I'm
Cockpit.
going to try to get us out of here, and hopefully Kirby can keep the engine running. All right,
I
you
do.
ready?
I do have one question.
Yeah.
For Woodrow. So I cast a spell. Is it because I cast a spell and did an attack that I only had the one?
So
I'm just
You mean-
I haven't used spells enough, so because normally
spells
I
aren't like
it.
so yeah, spells aren't like attacks. When you casting
Okay.
a spell is an action. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I have to wait for my next turn. But yeah, my next turn, I am happy to pew pew that thing.
Okay.
So yeah, you'd have to move to get the view on the one in the brig, but you can hit the other one at the back, no problem right now.
Well, and I didn't move before, so I should be able to move now if I wanted to. I don't really want to right now. I would like to have a barrier between us for a second.
Tell you what, I will. Can I use partial movement, take a shot at it, and then use the rest of my movement to head up the ladder? I mean, I realize I probably won't make
Yeah.
it to piloting.
Yeah,
but-
you can move,
Okay.
attack, move. There's no limit to how much or how you use it. You just are limited to what you have.
Okay, so as long as you don't go outside of the the square feet you're allowed.
You're 60 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can use it in
Okay.
any way you want in terms of
Excellent.
like stopping to attack and shit and keeping.
All right.
moving
Well
if you
then,
want.
yes. Then I will move just enough out to pop that little orb in the cell there. That way she's got a little more time to get ready for that one coming towards her. All right. So. Let's see. That is 27, 16 plus 11, 27.
That hits. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then 3d8 plus 6.
Thank you.
4 and 5 is 9. Plus, what does Spiky say? Plus another 4, so that's 13.
19 total.
Right. Yeah, plus another 6, so 19 total. Yeah.
All right, 19 total.
Thank you, Sai.
You have
That orb seems to dim. It doesn't seem to go out though.
Okay.
Still hanging on a little bit.
All right, that one
yeah, you-
is
That's okay. Go.
okay.
Nope.
And then up the ladder I go.
And you still have a bonus giving you.
Where's the ladder?
For my bonus action, I will give. God, who needs it more? Kirby here.
Top right
Bren.
corner is the ladder.
Bren,
It's the little bar, the bell.
who needs the
piercing.
bardic inspiration? More you or Kirby? Exactly. Fuck.
Do you want it on the attacks or do you want it on the engine? That's what you got to think.
Get us out of here, because
Yeah,
worst
okay.
case scenario, I got a BFG. So.
And then I will, I'll send the bardic inspiration to Kirby in the form of like an MP3. Hey, play this song; it'll help.
Nice. Let's see. What song do you send him?
He deletes it as spam.
Yeah.
No, I've learned not to click on these links,
Yes.
Right?
so they get all your bank information.
Last time it was an ad from Namgog.
Not this time, Nigerian prince.
Hang on. It is a Fear Factory song off of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, Chronos NPCs. You said you opened the door and let them out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's part of the movement. Boom, turn that off. And so she is gonna.
The song is Self-Bias Resistor.
Self-bias resistor. And are you giving them any weapons? She has that +1 dagger, but you guys took all their shit.
Let's give enemies weapons.
I would rather they just run.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Then yeah, if they don't have weapons, they're just gonna move to the ladder.
That
And
would
then
be what
you
we
said you
would
called Enar down, so he's kind of like hanging out.
I wanted to call Enar down to grab them, and then Enar move his ass out, like one under each arm.
Woodrow, what's their movement?
Their movement is 30, just like everyone else's. Yeah.
5,
My movement is not 30.
5, 10.
Well, basic, normal, like NPC humanoids are usually 30.
Oh, dude, seriously, if you've never listened to Fear Factory's Demanufacture, it's a great album. So many good songs.
There you go.
The Zayt is good. All right, and that's all they're gonna do now. So if those little specter icons, go ahead and make 3 more of them.
Oh,
Right.
motherfuck! If I launch the BFG, how much damage?
Oh
am
my
I getting?
god, not in
You're
the
gonna
ship.
blow a hole in the entire ship. Don't.
The threshold of the ship's hull is 30 damage. So that's your
Okay,
that's your
so-
answer.
Okay, all right. True.
Let's not.
And 2 of those are on the floor, coming down from the roof onto the people who just came up the ladder, which I think is Kronos and the prisoners.
And the third?
Shit.
The third's staying down there with Bryn. It's coming through where the 8 is on the map. It's coming through right there.
Oh,
It's
wonderful.
going to do it. So, and these other 2 move 50. What's your AC, Bryn? Oh wow,
20.
20. So of 17 is the highest they rolled. So they don't hit you. As they sort of, all 3 of them with their 50-foot movement sort of try to circle Bryn. The Valkyries are basically just like grabbing at them and shoving their swords through them, and they're like not destroying or doing damage to them, but they're like hindering the movement as they try to make their way to Bryn and reach out and just like lay a finger on her, but they can't seem to get close as the Valkyries pull them away.
Yes.
So that's their 3 attacks. Now up there with the other 2.
It's like I have my own shield maiden wall, but it's with actual shield maidens.
Yeah.
Instead of like the shield walls, I have like actual shield maidens that are acting as a wall.
Kronos, what's your AC? Oh no, that's not gonna.
20.
20, yeah. So as the male is sort of staggering up the ladder behind the female, he's sort of like getting ready to step out onto the flooring when the other specter sort of comes down off the ceiling and brightens around him, and you can see his eyes go white, and he sort of stumbles and lets go of the ladder, and his girlfriend is going to try and, or his wife is going to try and save him. Ooh, a 10 on the die, and her strength I think is only a +1. Ooh, 11. Okay, so she grabs and is like holding on to him, but then she kind of gets pulled down, and they're like sort of hanging on, so they're not really in the fight. They're sort of kind of prone right now. And then it is technically this. I put you in initiative at the top because you're kind of watching all this happen. Is there anything you want to say or any advice or anything you want to like send or do?
I'm actually going to ask Kirby on a separate channel. Is there like a some kind of shield or barrier you can put up for necrotic stuff, like a radiant type shielding, or can you release a radiant energy burst that might not hurt our people? Or look, bounce a graviton particle beam off the main deflector dish.
So no,
Release
there's no shielding.
ions.
There's no shielding for ghosts. 1, 2. If I was to do a radiant pulse of some way, I would have to overload the ship's engine. So I could like dump the core, but that would kind of defeat the whole purpose of all the stuff we just did. So no, and then then it's gonna bring it your turn.
Could you just push the throttle up? No.
You could technically, you think, burn them with the thrusters of the ship. Like say they were all there and you went, right? They would stay in place. And
That's what I'm hoping. That is the hypothesis I am working on right now.
Hit him with your immovable dildo.
No.
So it's my turn, right?
Damn it.
Correct.
Okay.
And you got 3 around you.
Fantastic. I am going to recklessly attack.
Yes. And you're not looking, I'm assuming.
No.
Yeah, okay.
I want to ask a stupid question before you lock yourself into an action.
Uh-huh.
She has to concentrate to keep that one banished, right?
Yeah.
Is any of this going to negate
No, because so normally
Okay.
you can't do spells and concentrate with rage, but because she got a barbarian like Viking blessing, all of the spell casting she has for that is she can do when she's raging.
And
when you're
Shay,
in
I'm not
form.
trying to piss on Bryn's parade. I just wanted to make sure before we got down that.
Yeah,
road.
before I get a 4th one back, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got enough problems right now.
Remember, you have a laser rifle that does radiant damage.
So they're
but they're also,
adjacent.
like,
they're all adjacent
right on
to her, so she'd have disadvantage on the
Oh,
attacks,
yeah.
or she'd have to move and get an attack of advantage.
What
I plan on doing sweeping attacks as best I can,
Okay.
recklessly, because there's no one else I have to worry about down here.
Yep.
There's just me,
Right.
so I can go batshit fucking crazy
Wreck
and
'em,
hopefully kill a few.
Also,
Hang on, didn't we get like little laser pistols? Is there a
yeah, you guys all
disadvantage?
have laser pistols and laser rifles.
Okay,
Like
no,
5
I
of
thought
them.
so. My question, the reason why I ask is because is it the same disadvantage? Because you can literally put a gun into somebody and pull the trigger and it'll do damage.
Yeah, but they're also can move and push at your hand and get out of the way. So it's like
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. All right. Cool.
And in order to fire it's really hard to fire a gun accurately without looking.
Yeah.
But I can swing a great axe without looking, and the likelihood I'm going to hit something is a lot better.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm going to do that and
So
see
give me
what it does.
give me 2 rolls for your 2 attacks, and just single rolls, no disadvantage, because of your reckless.
19 and a 25.
19 and a 25. So they both hit.
Awesome.
Go ahead and give me your first attack. And it should be. Is it 2d8 damage, or did the damage on the? Okay, I didn't know if that went up or not.
No.
Okay. Oh yeah, 2d8 plus a d12. Yeah, that's right. And then your rage gives you about 3 more damage. Okay.
So then that would be a dirty 20 damage for the first one.
Plus your rage damage.
Yeah, that's everything. That's the rage and the +7.
Okay. So 20 damage, and that's the one that Kronos had previously hit. So boom, you drop 1, which means because you kill the creature, your bonus action you can make a 3rd attack.
Nice.
And I will be.
So yeah, your second
Smash
one
it
hits
up.
as well. With the 25.
So 22 plus 7 plus 3, so 32.
Damage.
Yep.
Oh, so yeah, that's the next one drops. Boom.
Fantastic.
Drop it
And then
like
since I
flies.
can do it again, I rolled to hit again. Got a 22.
I'm sorry, how many so far?
I've taken 2 out.
Okay.
22 hits.
Uh, 28 damage.
Woo-hoo. Ooh, that one drops too.
Yes!
So as you,
Sorry.
yeah, they got 20. They have 22 hit points. So as you sort of like put your head down, widen your stance, and like grit your teeth, you sort of like cinch down on your axe. You go and just start blindly swinging, and as you're swinging, you can't really see it, but the Valkyries are helping sort of grab them and swing them in the way of the axe. So you're just like, boom,
like,
the first
push,
one.
pull.
Yeah.
Trip.
So they all just start, and as you kind of like catch your breath a moment, and steady your rage for just that moment. And you look around, and there's no ghost. There's just the Valkyries sort of all looking at you as they kind of encircle
Like,
you.
what now, boss?
They just shrug.
Yeah, they just shrug. Golf clapping.
Very good. Very good. All right. So now I'm gonna make my way up the ladder since there's no other ones down here.
All right.
As you go up, you are passing one as you kind of get up off the ladder. You can, because they're kind of in your way, the two people who are kind of taking up the space. So if you want, you can move through them. It's difficult movement, but with your 40 feet, you could easily move the 20 feet around. No worries. And you could get out behind the ghost, and you wouldn't take an attack of opportunity, but you'd be like right behind it.
Okay.
And then,
How's this?
Yep, that's fine. That's perfect. And then, you see two up here as you're kind of climbing up past them. Would you like to attempt to assist them? I'll say, because you can kind of like interact with objects as part of your movement. So as part of your movement, would you like to assist them with the NPCs and like that predicament they're in as she's trying to like pull them up? Because he has like completely let go of the ladder and is kind of just like hanging as she... Okay. So
Just like grab by the pants and pull up. Like, come on. Fuck is this shit?
As you're climbing the ladder, you just kind of like grab out and grab the belt buckle and just start climbing up, and you kind of throw him up next to her as you pivot around behind the ghost and ready to strike. So then it's Kronos. You're actually next.
Okay.
And where are you? So what are you doing with your turn?
I'm headed towards the cockpit.
Okay, so you're just beelining it right there?
Yeah.
Okay, so there'll be an attack opportunity, but you don't have to make a save because you weren't looking at your threat at all in your description. So it misses, rolling a 6 on the dice, and sort of, Bryn, you can see as you look over your shoulder, the Spectre tries to reach out for Kronos, but he just takes off, and it sort of like turns around and looks back at you, and it look towards you, but it's looking at the NPCs, the downed character, and then it is NPC's turn. She's going to do a medicine check on him for her action. A nat 20. Nice. She starts slapping his face and sort of tries to pick him up, and he seems to like be kind of coming to, but it looks like he may be at 0 or maybe only 1 hit point, something along those lines, but he's out of it. But she gets him up and kind of pulls him back with her movement and her action. Her action was that, so she has a bonus. She's not going to do much with it. So she gets 15 feet back from where she's standing right now with her husband in the adjacent square above her. And then Spectre's turn.
So 15 feet, like up from where they are? Or, that way?
Yeah, right there. They're going down kind of towards where the med bay is. Ooh.
Gotcha.
Okay, so 4. That one misses. Okay, so miss. Dude. Bryn. AC is 20, correct? 20 even?
Yeah.
So as you're sort of getting ready to attack, you can see the Spectre sort of does this weird... It doesn't turn like a person would. It's just almost like the face is just looking at you in a moment, and the rest of the body sort of like follows after as you blink. And it sort of reaches out and swipes, and it drags its hand just across your chest, tip of its finger touching your heart. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. Ooh.
16.
16. Okay, you're good in terms of the damage that you take doesn't get taken off your maxed health, but you do take 12 necrotic damage as its hand kind of goes through your chest. The other one misses, and that's the 2 that are left there. Kirby, you hear him go, guys, if you could kick on the engines or any moment now. And as you're looking through his like Neuralink, you can see that there's like 3 ghosts coming off the back wall of the ship where the engines are, kind of coming towards him, and he's just like backing up.
I'm trying.
And you use your movement to...
I mean, can I just use the whole thing like double it?
60 puts you here. In the chair.
Where?
Oh, okay. So yeah, my full movement gets me in the cockpit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sick.
Okay.
Then yeah, you can use your action to kick on because your movement is 60, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Boom.
Yep. So yeah, I'll go ahead and kick on the engines and let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. For
Yes,
some reason
please.
on your turn, I thought you double moved. That's my bad. Ooh, Kirby rolled a 19 on the dice for fucking once.
Nice.
Okay, with his plus of 15.
I mean, I
That
remember I
is-
tossed him that bardic inspiration.
34.
too.
Yeah. So he got a 34 on that check, and as you're sort of kicking on the ship, you can see for a moment there's like it looks like there's definitely no power. Like the power's there, but it's not connected. And in that moment, as you're just like, no, it sort of like goes and everything kicks on bright. All the lights in the ship go on, and fluorescent lights, and the ship starts to like lurch forward as you have movement.
Kirby was
Spectres,
motivated.
Bryn, technically it's Dis's turn. I don't know if there's anything you want to say or do, but
What could I possibly do? Can I
exactly.
can I cast a spell from this distance through the neural link?
No, I just put you in there in case there's any information you wanted to say, and I wouldn't give you a spot for it. But Bryn, it is your turn. The ship seems to be like it's about to start moving on Kronos' turn. Next turn.
Okay.
Yeah. You did see on the viewfinder that there was 3 specters moving in towards Kirby, and you have 2 around you in the NPCs right now.
So I'm gonna get the one. It doesn't really matter. I'll get the one that's behind me, I guess.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and give me a roll with a single roll. I'm just assuming you're doing the same thing before.
Mm-hmm. It's a 19.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
D12, 2d8.
Plus 10.
So 20.
20 total.
Yeah, that was
Alright,
about
so
roll.
you swing through the first one. Go ahead and give me your next attack.
24.
24 hits.
$23.
23 damage.
Yep.
So you swing through one, and you kind of bring the axe back around, knowing where the other one is. Swing through the other one, killing it, and then you can either use your bonus attack to finish this one off, or move away from it. Okay, go ahead, give me your.
I'm gonna
third
finish
attack.
it off. There's no reason to not. 30.
30. Okay, and you can't do
To hit?
your plus. Yeah, your plus 10 is gonna be enough with that 30. Yeah, the 30 you hit, the plus 10 is enough to kill it on its own. So you swing through that.
I'm
one,
rolling
and there's
anyway
another
because I wanted to see.
yeah, that's fine. I do the same thing.
Would have got a
I killed-
32.
Nice. When I kill minions in games, I roll anyway. I don't care. Let's see. So
You
that's
still have your movement.
Yeah, it's your attack or your bonus, and yeah, you still have movement.
All right, so where is Kirby?
He's behind you in the engine room, yeah, and there's technically 3 more coming at him from the back wall.
Okay, so since these ones are gone, I'm gonna make my way back by Kirby.
Okay, nat 20. That's very
And
good.
as I'm going that way, I'm yelling at the NPCs to get to the med bay
Okay, heard.
and to stay there and yell if they need anything.
Give me a persuasion check or intimidation if you're using more of a barking orders.
Yeah, I'm being a bitch about it. Like, I didn't ask. 22.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Good to know.
Get your ass in there. Scream if you need help. Otherwise, stay down. Shut the fuck up.
She looks down at you. She's sort of picking up still and pulling her husband back. She's like, yes, yeah.
Okay, shit.
You move in, you see that, and you see Kirby. His eyes sort of gloss over white for a moment, and you can see it looks like he's sort of, well, I guess he doesn't have eyes anymore, so I guess he just sort of goes almost limp, and the ooze form that he has almost starts to like melt in a way and puddle out, and then it sort of slops forward like it fell and kind of stands back up, and he's like, okay, no, and starts slapping it like wet slap sounds as the tendrils slap the little orb face part. He's like, okay, wake up, you got this, and he sort of turns around to see you, and he's like, oh, okay, watch my back, and he just goes back to that panel that's right there and starts working. And I'm like,
that's exactly why I'm here, hon. It's okay.
all right. So you think from your console readings that if you kick the engines on full blast, and you hit that impulse or whatever, or cruising speed, it'll go and it won't blow up.
Okay.
you think the engines are stable.
That's always a bonus.
Okay. Well then, let's start moving forward. Let's get out of this space.
Okay, give me a piloting check as you sort of look at the view from outside the ship as you're sort of getting your bearings, and you can see that these little orbs of light are sort of almost surrounding the ship like fireflies and just sort of slowly drifting towards the ship. Give me a pilot check to see if you can sort of whip the ship in a way that hits the...
If you can dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Yes. I think what Woodrow is also suggesting is that Kronos pilot the ship in such a way that the thrust from the ship destroys the wisps.
Okay. So 19 plus 8 is
27.
27. Okay.
Which is good. Yeah, so you basically start doing a donut. Whipping the ship
done
around.
one of these in fucking forever.
And it's weird because it's a ship donut in 0G, so it's like what's it called when you have like an astrolabe, right? It's like all these different starts going in spirals almost, and you sort of like take off one way.
Yeah,
What's your bearing? Where are you headed for? Are you headed for the asteroid to meet Dis outside the nebulous, or are you just okay?
We'll head in that direction, so that they don't have to fly as far.
Okay. You can see that, the way you turn, it just seems to just eviscerate these little orbs, and you take off and park outside the nebula. By this time, it's only like an hour and a half until the enchanting is done. If there's anything you want to do, Dish, you can. Otherwise, you basically get your ship, which is now, you have an amulet of is it Zinzarina, right?
Yes.
And then
just
have...
Just color Big Z, that's fine.
Big Z. Xenu.
Zezel.
Lord Xenu.
All up in your grizzle.
By the way, you guys had a grenade that would have killed them all instantly.
Uh-huh.
Well, I killed pretty much all of them anyway, so...
What grenade?
It's the atomic door knocker.
Oh! That would have killed everybody.
Yeah!
Not if they made their decks.
Ghosts. What a terrible idea.
That ship,
That is about as good of an idea as my BFG.
Uh-huh.
That's a worse idea, actually.
Yeah, that is a
damage.
worse idea.
Wow.
So
your amulet is basically like a cloaked sword, but then the way the starfighter fits in there, the wings almost match the cloak, or like slide in under where the cloak is, and the sort of cockpit part of the ship slides into the handle of the longsword. So it just slides right on top, and it sort of like locks in place, and you can just pop it out whenever. And it's basically like a command word, so basically you can just say command word and it basically pops off and starts hovering and then flies a ways out and then expands and gets large.
Noise.
So yeah, boom, that's how that will work. Your Pokeball starship is achieved. And go ahead and you said you made your flight, so you're super excited about your flying your new mini ship, and boom, get out of the nebula, no problem. And you see the barbarian gunship the pirate ship waiting for you.
I'm gonna dock to the ghost ship. Did I get the list from Perry of what he might need?
No, he's gonna go over that. He was spent the whole time basically doing the enchantment for your ship. He said he'll message you, email you a list of stuff that he might need. So
cool.
Stuff that he can't get, he'll give to you. Let's see, and yeah, that's taken care of. So don't have to worry about that. Okay. Yeah. So are you guys? So you get on.
So I'm gonna dock to the ghost ship, which is what I'm gonna call it from now on.
Okay.
This
no.
So
Yeah,
Kronos' ship is
Pirates
docked
of the
to it.
Caribbean.
Okay, then I will hop out of my. I will bamf out of my ship, command my
Okay.
ship to shrink and appear in the amulet, and then bamf into the ghost ship.
Yep, easily done. As you bamf out into 0G, it's a little awkward feeling. You've never really felt a feeling like exactly like this before, as you sort of start to spin backwards and then you get a little sick to your stomach. But yeah,
Don't my wings extend and I can have thrust? So
but as soon as
Like
you
an Iron
teleport,
Man.
you're going to be like, and you're still in 0G, so it's not like there's no gravity, so it still feel different to you. But yeah, you can do that.
What
I'm
was
not
the
gonna
name
puke
of the Davy Jones ship?
Uh,
The, you know,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
the Black Pearl, the other one.
No, the Black Pearl is Jack Sparrow's, but Davy
the
Jones
Flying
ship.
Dutchman,
The
Yeah.
Flying Dutchman. That's what this ship is now called.
the Lost Dutchman.
The Lost Dutchman. I like that. Yeah.
The Frying
Fine.
Dutchman.
Oh.
Yes, we're turning it into a restaurant. Fuck you.
All right, but you're working.
Frying
it. I
Dutchman.
ain't doing it.
Dutchman.
Silvar's new restaurant.
You're
Right.
a
Oh, there you
you're a-
go. Yeah.
You're a bard. Go be your bartender self.
Well, yeah. Not all bards.
As
are
long as they
bartenders.
serve Dutch babies, then we're good.
Well, then we'll have to have a talk with Silver.
And
You know,
we need to equip this thing with a Dutch oven.
Yes, 100%.
And not just where you hold the blanket over your partner and then fart.
Oh, you
But that
douche.
too.
This is what you were thinking. Yes.
But
It
that
is.
too. Damn it, Woodrow.
Not required, but necessary.
You are so getting punched.
As you dock back with the ship and reconvene with everyone, you see that Kirby is walking next to the Leonin armor that's just walking next to him with its arms swinging, and it seems to be like a bodyguard. And he's walking to the med bay, and he like passes you, Dis, and sort of salutes with one of the little floppy tendrils, and then sinks it back into his body, like just checking on our prisoners to make sure they are in good health. And kind of
I
goes.
thought
into
the
med
point
bay.
was to have them kill each other.
I can see this so vividly. Like I just see this armor strutting like the cool kid walk with like way too much arm swing, and then a little blob leaving like a snail trail behind.
Oh,
Like,
snail
it
trail.
goes And then just dips back in all floppy.
Snail trail.
So good.
Let's
There.
see. So yes, you get back on the ship. Kronos,
Yes.
you've charted that sort of the multiplanar charts and the for the multiverse travel. So you've done this before, so you can use the M drive. So go ahead and give me a piloting check.
All right.
And just don't roll low. That's basically what you want to do. Is just don't roll low.
Don't roll low, Luke.
You
Yeah.
roll it.
Okay. Thank you. 18 plus 8.
Okay. 26.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that's.
Hoarding in on
Put
my.
these LEDs over here. I have to pick it up and like hold it under the light. The only disadvantage of the spiky dice is that sometimes the numbers are hard to read.
And out of curiosity, just so you know for future reference, because you rolled good, it doesn't necessarily matter that much. But what plane did you choose? So what sort of course? As part of your course charts, you have to pick a plane, but the planes are only the ones that are basically touching the material. So your 4 elements: air, earth, water, fire. Earth doesn't seem to be the most conducive to warp
Movement.
travel, though. So yeah, it doesn't seem to be an option. But you have fire, air, water. And then you have the Shadowfell and the Feywilds. Those seem to be the options for charting on this M drive. So
Let's go with air for
Air?
for right
Okay.
now. Yeah. That seems like the safest bet. I don't what I know of lore and what I've encountered in my travels. I don't think the Feywilds are.
You don't want to travel through the plane of shadow?
Yeah, no, I don't think that's a good idea either.
So-
God damn it.
give me an Arcana An Arcana check. Yeah, Dis hears Shadowfell and is like, ooh, all of the power will be mine.
Oh, I'm like home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, so Arcana.
The Shadarkai.
Yes, that is a 6. So 9 on the Arcana.
A 9 total?
Yeah, 9 total. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a 6.
Yeah, you know that there's in some multiverses you've been in that happen to have the fantasy races is a real living, breathing race or species, I guess. You know that they have their preferences, but you can't remember just based off elves. You think maybe elves use like the Feywilds, but that's about the best you can pull up with a 9.
Yeah.
But air does seem like a safe choice.
That's what I'm going with, Eddie. I reach out to my compatriots. If you guys got a better idea, we are going to travel through the plane of air.
I rolled an 18 on Arcana.
Okay. You know, Drow, they love using the Shadowfell. Or they would, had you been in a universe that has done it. But as a Drow, you think, ooh, Shadowfell, I want to use that one. You would know that the Feywilds sound like is what the elves would use, but what were you saying, Dis?
I really don't want to use the Feywild because that's probably what if any of them if any of the patrols and stuff like that have access to it.
Yep.
They're probably going to be using the Feywild. I want to access the Shadowfell because in this particular game world, all the Drow are gone, which means that anything in the Shadowfell might be of use to us to our other mission, which is finding the thing.
Right. There's nothing in the shadow. Wait, hold up. There's nothing in the Shadowfell that's going to just put us in the same situation we just donut out of, right?
No, it'll be fine. Shadowfell.
Why do I not believe you?
Because you have intelligence.
Consider it a favor to me. Let's go through the Shadowfell.
Nightwalker. Oh, just wait.
Let's see. Can I roll like an insight? Well, I mean, I guess I don't really need insight on their motivation. What am I rolling insight for? Fuck. I know exactly why they want to.
You want to roll an insight against my against my persuasion? That's fine.
No, I know. You don't need to persuade me. I know exactly why you want to go there. I'm just trying to decide whether or not it's worth putting us all at fucking risk.
The previous uses of it seem to be air and then Shadowfell, which is kind of ironic. But that's what the two.
So it's been through Shadowfell before.
And the airplane actually.
The
airplane.
Music is my aeroplane. All right, fine. Shadowfell. But if this goes sideways, I blame you.
Blame the Shadowfell.
This is your fault for I chose air, damn it. I was gonna go through air. But
that's because you're constantly getting high.
That is beside the point. But also yes.
Well, it's adjacent to the point, let's be real.
Well, first you gotta go
look, if we left it up to Bryn, we'd be traveling through fire. So
yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, I don't.
Hugan has nixed that.
I'm sorry, baby. You're right. We shouldn't travel through fire. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
He's like, CPK, mommy. What is wrong with you?
Now, lightning on the other hand.
No lightning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No lightning, huh? Lightning also
all right,
bad.
Fine. We'll go through the Shadowfell, just because chances are nothing from here is going to follow us.
Exactly.
Now, whether or not there is anything in the
So, you guys will be in the Shadowfell for a total of an hour, about, give or take, a little bit. Is there anything you want to do while you're traveling through the Shadowfell in this warp state? And you're not technically all the way in. You're kind of sort of piercing it and skimming along it.
Okay. I want a trance.
Okay, that's what I was curious about. Okay. So, as you go into your trance in this, I guess, sector of the planescape, it's strange. There's a familiar feeling. you get the sense, you feel presence, a couple presences that you haven't felt before, or that you haven't felt in a while since never-ending quest to. But you get the sense of like a spider crawling on the back of your neck and down your spine. You get the sense of. Would you like to?
I wouldn't.
Not with the alarm in your voice when you ask the question.
No, but you, as you're in your trance, you sort of get this image of a spider crawling out of your hair down, your spine, disappearing underneath your power armor, like squeezing almost like a cockroach would. And as you're sitting there, your anxiety starts to build, and you can almost feel the oppression that you felt under Lolf. And the beliefs that Lolf spread across her domains. Then you feel near the end of your trance, you're sort of staying in it, writing it. There's no like force that threatens to take you because it's just a glimpse, a reminder. And then you feel this warm sort of cloak go around you, and there's nothing. Just before you sort of saw this outer body experience where you see yourself sitting there meditating, you can sort of see the spiders crawling around you and in the room, when all of a sudden there's just this like cloak that drifts down and sort of covers you, and all you see is black. And then for the last like hour of your trance, you almost feel like you can hear whispers trying to reach out to you, but there's not enough tangibleness there to understand or take anything from it. But there's just that almost empathic feeling of protection after all that anxiety and crawling feeling.
Can I try to reach out to Valor? The guy who owned the armor.
Yeah, no, I know you're talking about General Valor. Valor Danduin. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Try to reach out to his spirit.
Yeah. You want me to roll something?
Yeah, so it's going to be, usually stuff like this is wisdom based.
I'm going to roll, I guess.
Proficiency plus your wisdom.
Okay. Ooh, 27.
27. Interesting. So you sort of, when you get that sense of protection sort of that comes over you, you sort of reach out. Where are you trancing in the ship? Would you be next to anybody alone? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know that I trust many areas of this ship.
I mean, I'm at the piloting station, and it looks like you placed Bryn at the co-piloting station. And
I did.
You're kind of like right at there at the nose. We
Yeah,
can
but
keep an eye on you.
Bryn gets to say where she is, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
can we back this up a little bit? I announced my intention to trance.
so then I would instinctually go near Dis to make
Okay.
sure that...
Watch my back. Kronos, lock the door.
Okay. Kirby, you okay down there?
It's fine.
All right. Hey, lock yourself in engineering. All right.
He's in checking on the plants.
Yeah. He's in the med bay.
Oh, he's in the med bay. All right.
So I'm in the lounge,
Okay.
number 4.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're sitting there in a trance, and Bryn's sort of in the room watching over and kind of like just trying to find ways to kill the time. And there's about 3 hours into the trance, there seems to be nothing going on except Dis does seem to be sweating a bit, and which is weird because the armor has this shadowy ice sort of effect that always drifting off it, but you can see on the brow sweat is forming. And then like about 3 hours in, you see the armor, the power armor that Dis is wearing. Sort of, there's like little, almost like R2-D2 beeps and boops that start like happening in different spots on it, and lights. They're sort of acting almost haywire. And there's a moment where like all the lights on the power armor sort of go off. Dis, in your trance, as you're sort of reaching out, you get the sense that there is another presence there, and there's a question that's asked, but it's completely empathic. There's no words that are spoken. It's just sort of, why have you called upon me? And it seems like It's just a spiritual presence. It almost doesn't seem like there is a identity to it in terms of the way it's speaking. It's very like a monotone sort of feeling you're getting.
Am I able to? Of the two possible things I could have called to, the person whose armor I'm wearing versus the higher being that I believe in, as opposed to the spider bitch. Mm-hmm. Of those two options, do I have any feeling one way or the other towards which one this might be? Because those are the only two things, people, beings,
that
I could have called to.
Okay, so give me an insight check. It's sort of trying to... It's not really body language, but it is sort of like empathically trying to feel out the presence.
You said insight?
Yes.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay, so you get the sense that it's the person or the elf you call to, the dark elf, the general. That's what you think you get the sense of.
I'm getting tired.
And it has asked you why you have called it, or why you have called upon him.
Why?
We seek your eye.
You're fine.
Is it in the final... Is the key to retrieving it the final piece of Puri?
Location. You get the sense that location, that's the location. And then when you said final key, you get the sense no, and then you get the feeling that you're wearing the key. So that's the location you need to go, and you're wearing the key.
Okay. Your armor and the eye will be reunited soon.
When you say that, there's two feelings you get simultaneously, and it's anxiety that you were feeling before almost, but then also the cloak of protection again. There's almost like they sort of overlap each other for a moment, and then the trance goes to almost to a normal trance, how you have in other places and other planes. It just sort of kind of, you get your little pocket that you have in your head, similar to like if you watch like Star Trek, how the Vulcans can kind of like go in their mind and actually do stuff. That's kind of how I imagine elf trances are. They can kind of go into their mind and like train and shit like that, and connect with other people and train while they rest. So that's why elves are so fucking dangerous, and why they are better than everyone and everything.
Yay!
So
that's actually a bumper sticker on the back of my power armor. I am better than you.
Let's see. Yeah, so that's what you get from your trance. And then, let's see. Nothing happens with that, so that's good. Your piloting check was good, over 25. So, is there anything anyone wants to do in that
like 4 hours
time? Yeah.
Can I take a short rest since I already did the piloting check, or am I actively piloting the entire time?
No, you can put it in, and then basically it's like once you're in, you've charted the course, and it can autopilot all the way through to the destination you've charted it to. Once you come out of warp, you'll have to go back or whatever. But
yeah,
and you're technically only in warp for an hour. So I know I said 4 hours earlier, but that's just because I was going off the base trance time. So it would have been like 30 minutes into an hour. So that was my bad.
That's all right. I mean, it's not like the elves are really gonna try to look in the well, maybe, I don't know, but I feel like we're okay. I
have a feeling that if they tried to dip into this particular realm, that the realm would get pissed off at them a little bit.
Yeah, probably.
I was gonna say when Dis started sweating from the trance and everything, can I cast like not like full on actual cast, but how I have frostbite, do like a real mild version to try and cool them off so they don't sweat as bad?
Give me a wisdom check. So this is just your wisdom plus, so I think 6 plus a d20. Just because I'm curious about something.
16.
16? Yeah, you think you could easily summon the magic to your hand and sort of dab the forehead without injuring. It could be done.
Just like a light fan is blowing on them while they're in their trance. Like, it's okay.
That's funny. That frostbite, something that sounds much more offensive, has a higher or has a lower damage than chill touch.
Right? Because chill touch is necrotic. It's not even... Yeah, anyway.
Are you serious?
Yeah, chill touch actually makes like a spectral hand appear and touch them, like a skeletal hand, and does like necrotic damage. It's really
I've
weird.
never really read it. I'm gonna get rid of it then.
Yeah, it's a weird name.
I took it for the cold thing.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. I think it's necrotic damage. It might be cold damage, but it says a spectral hand. Like it's like a weird necrotic fucking spell. I thought, but I could just have had it wrong in my head. Let's see.
Oh no, the chill of the grave, necrotic damage.
Yep. Okay, that's what I thought. But it's cool because it makes it so they can't heal. So it's not bad.
I will be right back. I think little Burb needs bedtime.
Heard.
No.
Okay.
Drop that blanket on him.
If I have any time left in my trance, I'm just going to spend the rest of it focusing on Zinzarina.
All right. Yeah. So you have like a few minutes left. As you did that hour-long battle with the Shadowfell in your mind, just trying to feel it out. You try to focus on Zinzarina again, and you get that instead of it being a normal trance, you sort of the demi-plane is sort of almost enveloped in full shadow, and you feel cloaked in darkness, but in a good, calming way for the last little bit of your trance.
Darkness, where I live.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
But yeah, you guys eventually come out and get to the.
I'm laughing because I'm looking at the list of cantrips and I saw a message and I thought it was massage. I'm like, yes, magical massage,
chill massage.
Yeah, out and adventuring, moving things, picking up like treasure chests. I mean, you need a magical massage. I understand. Yes,
I'm sorry.
It's continue. A thing.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm curious to see if what you guys do with this ship. Is it going to be like renovated for trade, or are you guys just going to deck it out? I'm kind of curious.
Well, I mean, are those cannons at 13 and 2?
Yeah.
And gun turret.
They were the gun turrets you guys took offline immediately.
Right. Well, I mean, that's why I didn't shoot them. This is why I hacked it, because I did not want to have to repair them as well. So, I mean, this ship could actually be really helpful when we decide to go assault the secret base. I mean, between this thing and the Death Spider and, whatever else we're going to accumulate before we do that.
Yeah, I think the only thing you guys have left to do is help Bach get his brother and that, capture that slave ship his brother's on.
Yeah, yeah. And that the slave ship isn't at the secret base. No, this is the slave ship that he's been tracking for a long time.
Yeah, he wants to get his brother off it, and you guys need soldiers, so he thought 2 birds, 1 stone. Maybe you can recruit the people on there because they seem to.
Go ahead.
The manifest was all like orc mercenaries and minotaur, like tribesmen. They were like tribal orcs and minotaurs.
How many people does this ship hold? Do we know? I mean, just ballpark.
So there's cabins in terms of like the crew. I think it's 6, but it can hold. Like people can get on it. Like a bunch of people can get on it, and you can transport.
Like as in an assault vehicle.
Yeah, you
like
can probably
going in and dropping
like,
people off, like transport. Yeah, just like turrets being able to fucking shoot their way in, drop people off to fucking kick ass, and then shoot its way out.
Yeah, I could count it up and see how many people you could like cram in here.
I'm just curious. It's just an idea that popped into my head because gun turrets and all that.
The Death Spider is actually much bigger and had a lot more space in terms of like carrying people. It has huge cargo areas that could hold like battalions. Okay,
then that's what we'll use that, and we'll use that as our cargo, or like our carrying vehicle for people, and then
Transport.
we can have this transport. Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Use that as transport, and then we'll use this to cover their entrance. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, sounds good.
Party? Are we okay with that? You guys like that idea?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, more firepower is always good.
The thing that can hold more people holds the people. That makes sense.
And
yes.
also, the Death Spider is fucking terrifying. Like,
Well,
ain't
yeah,
nobody
I mean,
seen
it's a
nothing
Death
like
Spider.
that before. It's fucking terrifying.
To you or to the enemy?
No, to the enemy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah,
To
to
all.
everybody outside of us.
I mean, I don't find any call to say except us. I think it's terrifying, period.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like riding on. Do you like riding on that thing?
Actually, I
Nope.
do. I think it's fucking cool.
Well, why
Even
don't you place an offer on it?
So
Well, no, because the you have to have your mind fucking turned into scrambled fucking eggs in order to pilot the thing. No.
Well, you
That
know,
poor fucking Tabaxi's kind of stuck with that fucking thing.
there are costs.
Yeah, no, I'm good. We killed the Neogi. There's no, I don't think there's any duplicating that pilot process.
By the way,
without a lot of fucking work. I mean, I'm sure Bach and I could figure out a workaround, but no.
when I came out of that nebula, if you guys hadn't finished with all those fucking wisps, I was launching a torpedo. Because that's radiant damage. I just want you to know that.
Okay, that's cool. It's
Not at you.
Overkill. No,
Look.
they're coming in the ship, so you're launching a torpedo.
No, you were flying away from
A
it.
torpedo is not going to discern between people on the ship.
No one's listening to
shooting
this is
past.
why we-
I got you, Dis. I got you, Dis.
Launching at the swarm, not at the ship.
Well, there was a
There
swarm
were two different things
outside.
at that. Yes.
Yeah, that's why you
How
don't
do you
edit.
think you burned them with the engines?
I figured that. Okay, gotcha. Well, I figured there was just some like materializing in the ship, and I moved out of their area and then drug the engines around them. I didn't realize there was a swarm around.
Well, they were materializing just outside of the ship and kind of drifting in. So there was like a bunch of them forming outside the
Okay.
ship that were about to start swarming you guys.
All right. See, now your comment makes a lot more sense. Thank you. I appreciate the clarification.
Can we land? I
Joseph
wanna
Dredd,
land.
we are
Nope.
playing. Technically, it's D&D 5e,
Technically.
but it is heavily
Supposedly.
wizardried by Woodrow because he's awesome and amazing.
And he's got the worst crew ever that's like, we're going to go do this thing that you have spent 5 minutes on and briefly hinted at, as opposed to the thing that you spent 20 hours on developing. We're going to go over there and do that one, though.
That's normal. That's not.
Yep.
That
Yeah,
is.
that just happens.
I know, but I like saying that we just are particularly terrible, because I think it's funnier.
Okay.
You haven't killed the dragon yet? It's on my to-do list. Getting our side quest on. Yeah,
We
just
did kill the dragon.
Yeah,
I
we
did kill it, yeah.
Killed
Yeah,
two
no, I know.
dragons.
Yes, we did. It was
looked at me
a
funny.
meme. It was the anyway. Where are we?
It's not
Welcome,
a game
Joseph
if we have
Dredd.
it made Kronos exasperated.
Yes.
So, wow, when you guys managed to land back in the Rebel base, there is space for this ship because it seems like Nozarka's ship, the Ghost or the Death Spider, and just those two have been moved to the other hangar. You still don't see Peru's ship, which is the ship you guys were first flying around in, like the guy you guys paid to go get information on the bounties. The
Oh my
bounty
gosh, we're gonna have to
information.
go save him. Is he
I don't know.
dead somewhere or something?
You're right. Well, if you were
Weren't we
supposed to
looking for
save
some
him,
old
he's-
lady, like some crime boss's mom or something like that.
yeah, you had been waiting on an information drop from him about where the location is of that crime boss's mother, the only
Oh,
living
damn it.
relative
Did
he
he
has.
go
Where-
missing?
I don't know. No one's inquired about him for a
I
while.
Shit. That's
I'm
not
asking
fucking
now.
honest.
But as you guys land, you guys have not seen him in a while. No one, everyone's the last. Like if you ask around, the last they say is that he had left to Osis on basically recon. He was doing something for you along with some stuff for him and Woji and like the Racer gang on Osis, the Water Moon, and then but they haven't heard from him. And then you do see Tarn, Fashish, and Samina are kind of walking. So as you guys are walking from the hangar into the sort of main area, you can see them walking in the back, and they're all sort of talking. And Samina looks back and happens to see you guys, and kind of says something to the other two, and they turn and look and sort of nod, and they start walking back. And Samina comes up to you guys, and she's basically like, "Oh, we were actually gonna message you. It's a good thing you're here. If you want to follow me, we're gonna discuss the plans on Tier. It seems there's been some changes in the plans." And she seems kind of sad. But yeah. So, and she's like, "Whenever you're ready, we'll be in there. I know you just landed, so take a few minutes, catch your breath." And she heads back. So they're in her quarters like they were before, waiting on you. But let's see, Bach, he's working in his room. You can see he's going over several things. He's got a bunch of stuff on his screen. He's got the slave ship up there. He's got the stuff that you gave him about the flux capacitor, and it's all connect up to his gate that he's got, and you can see that he's been experimenting with that, and he's watching scans on his satellite for more incursions from the flux traveling, which does not seem to be any. Everyone else seems to be going about their business normally.
Well, I'll walk into Bach's workshop, and I'll have Keggy come in and bring us a little bit of scotch, and I'll hand him a little snifter of scotch, and be like, "So, Clink, what's going on?"
Well, I just figured out how to successfully connect the, I guess, hard drive you gave me, the module, to the gate, but the systems don't seem to be cooperating. So as soon as I can get them talking to each other, we can really start working. But there's been a little bit of progress, I could say. Been at it for, I think, a day now, almost, if I count the hours. And you can see he's still not 100%. If you're like mechanically look, he's still got a -1 modifier from being brought back to life. Right. But he's focused and working still.
Okay. But what is our time frame on that ship? What is?
So they've got everyone on the ship, and it's going to be leaving within the next 3 days. It seems like they're going to Fellendir for some kind of, to be shipped from there with a bigger group of people to be working on some kind of project out past Zaloon. Building some kind of space station.
All right, so...
And you guys remember that there was like a memorial that was being built for the broken moon. And it's going to be moved to the spot where the moon was destroyed, but it's not being built there. It seems that they're being used as slave labor to build some sort of like large artificial moon.
And that's where they're moving the people. That's where they're to connect with a larger contingent of people to then go to Zaloon. All right.
And
so, what do you think? Better to hit them before they go to Fellendir, pose as them, and then infiltrate and hit them from the inside in Fellendir, and free the larger force, or do we wait until Fellendir and free everybody all at once?
Well, we're not going to be able to assault the station they have on Fellendir. We're not going to be able to get anywhere close. We need to stop them before they get anywhere near it. But they're not taking the public gate system. The slave ships and their bigger warships use personal M drives. They have. It seems like they use the Feywild for their transport. So.
Well.
So if we can.
Go ahead.
He says, if we can acquire an M drive, we might be able to cut them off, and I might be able to use what I have here to work as one, or we can buy one off the market if you want. I don't have the funds for that.
How much is
it? What is one of those run?
10,000 gold.
Okay,
They're pretty expensive.
What you got, Kronos?
Well, let's see. My mouse here. Inventory.
Yes, Laser Moon.
Well, it's a memorial for a moon that blew up.
Yeah.
So it's totally not a Death Star.
Oh, you mean the big brown empty turd that we're looking at right now?
No. That's a dwarven planet because they mined it to almost nothing.
Wait, Piri?
Oh, you said the big
No.
hollow planet. That's the brown one, right?
Thunmar.
Thunmar.
No.
Yeah, Thunmar.
No. What I'm saying is it a memorial to Piri?
Oh no, it's a memorial to Ryzen 4, or no, sorry, the original Ryzen moon.
Oh,
Piri got bombarded in the war because Homeboy knew that eye was there. He's like, "Fuck this temple ain't gonna be around. I'm gonna blow it up." So he destroyed the planet.
douchebags.
But thank God for magic force fields, right?
Yeah,
Keeping things intact.
yeah.
Magic.
Oh, by the way,
Super science.
as I'm
It's all
getting
good.
my whiskey from Keggy, before we go have this meeting in 5 or 10 minutes or whatever the fuck it is. I'm gonna.
10 minutes?
Oh, what?
I thought I was drinking with Bach, asking him questions.
Well, I'm talking to Bach real quick.
Okay.
I followed you.
Oh, okay.
That's how I'm speaking right now. Or were you trying to be sneaky?
Yeah, I'm on an asteroid with a bunch of people, and there's limited space. Yeah, I'm going to try to be sneaky. Come on,
I
have
could
a
do
fucking
it.
drink?
I mean, I don't.
Yes, but you are small.
I'm just going to tell him.
Also,
By
I
the
don't
way,
give
I think we've discovered which Piri chunk I needed, so you can stop looking for it. However, any information you did happen to get off that one, the one with the big green circle around it now.
Okay. You want me to focus in on that one?
Yeah, that'd be great. Because I know that you're running these searches and triangulations and all this other stuff for me, so I didn't want you to waste your time continuing with that since we've already eliminated the other candidates.
He looks at all of his monitors and there's a sigh of relief and he's like, "That is a little bit of processing speed opened up. I appreciate that."
Well, at least we've eliminated this one, this one, this one, and this one. So it's and I was told that we need to go to that one. So I'm gonna choose to believe it.
You get there and it just blows up.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Okay, why? Who told you?
Harry.
Who? Oh, Perry did. Okay, yes.
Fuck's sake!
There.
I take Kronos' liquor away from him.
No. Get it down to their head and just. That's not the reason why I forgot, and you damn well know it.
I mean, did you eat something before you started drinking?
Fuck no.
Bran, party mom.
No, just go on. Go on.
What?
Kronos needs a turkey leg or something.
Oh,
He's drinking without eating and forgetting all kinds of shit again.
You
know what?
I just I throw you a pack of jerkified meat, and I'm like, I'm
Jerkified
running
meat,
low
that's
on that,
exactly
but
what I
have
was
some of
gonna
that,
say.
please.
Oh, is it Rosalka jerkified?
It's yeah.
Oh,
And it was,
nice.
if I'm remembering, magically preserved.
It was good.
So I don't think it goes bad. I think it's magically preserved forever.
Little string.
Rosalka's always so stringy.
Shark steaks.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah,
in the Latin, Rosalka means fishy fish.
Oh.
It is a fishy fish.
Well, in San Diego,
Hey.
San Diego means.
I'm picturing. Go ahead.
No, I'm good.
I'm picturing turkey jerky, but fishy. So yeah.
Ugh.
Great.
Bryn,
Yeah,
Yeah, don't
dragon
stop.
jerky.
Yeah. Ooh, yes, dragon jerky. I bet it's spicy.
It depends
Since
on the
it
dragon.
has poison blood inside it, I'm gonna assume.
You trip when you eat
That's what we need from you. Okay, sorry. Woodrow, please continue.
Very good. Is there anything you specifically wanted to mention to Bach? He has explained that he is working and that he has got the thing connected, but hasn't done much more than that. You discussed the plans for the slave ship and how to approach it. You haven't mentioned that you have an M drive to him, though.
No, I haven't yet.
Yeah. Okay.
I wanted to ask how much they were.
Yeah. So he tells you they're around 10K before you start bartering and trading.
Okay, you said you could get this thing to emulate that, huh? What? So if I told you that we had a working one on a new ship we just acquired, what would you say?
I would say that makes my job a lot easier.
All right. Well, we have a newly acquired ship that has a working M drive. We actually took the Shadowfell to get back here.
What? Why?
Yeah.
I look over at him.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
makes sense.
Yeah.
What?
So,
why?
I figured that was just slightly better than the Fey Wildlands. So. But yes,
I didn't think my people would mind. Now, granted, Kronos is really white. I mean, like bleached white, but still.
That's just my face, ass.
No, your ass is
Your
pretty
face
white.
and
I've seen you in the shower.
Your face and ass.
Yeah. Yes.
I hate all of you, and I'm going to chase you into space.
Don't forget those communal showers back at the fort.
Don't forget, I did kill all that shit.
You see
before
what I'm
you.
working with here? Do you believe this shit? Oh my god.
What?
Okay. So you can replicate the M drive with what we've got so far.
Maybe, possibly. It's a hypothetical, but.
All right. Well, I mean, if I can assist in any way, you let me know.
Yeah, I will. I'm just still trying to figure out what exactly I need to do. As soon as I can get these two things talking to each other, I can get a better idea.
Okay. In the meantime, if we need to move on that slave ship, we have a way to cut them off, as you were mentioning. It's got some guns on it, and yeah.
So, if you engage them in basically the slipstream, the planar stream, they'll drop. No one wants to fight in that. There's too much stresses. It'll tear ships apart. So they'll drop, and then you can, ambush them in normal space. If you want, I would be willing to be part of the crew in another ship to help accompany. Because he's talking. I don't think you said that you got that ship, so now he knows you guys have 3 ships to his knowledge. So he's saying that he'd be willing to be part of the crew on one of them, but he wants to. He's when he's saying this, you can tell with your insight that he's like essentially holding back a lot of like a wellspring of emotion. Being an orc, you can kind of see it on his face, but he's not gonna let it go. But the fact that his brother's on that slave ship, he wants to be there and present.
Yeah, he wants to be part of the infiltration party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, how did the Death Spider incapacitate ships?
It didn't incapacitate. It grappled and forcefully boarded. It has a forceful proboscis on it. Yeah, that basically breaches ship hulls.
It mated.
Yeah.
All right.
It physically mates with other ships.
It's the graping ship.
Yeah, basically.
Space grape.
Grape. So, here's an idea. We bring the Death Spider. We use the what do we call it? The Lost Dutchman. Use the Lost Dutchman to drive them out of the Fey Wildlands, and then we use the Death Spider to forcefully board them, and we free the slaves. Does this sound like the beginnings of a plan?
So you're gonna take the Death Spider instead of the? Or are you taking all 4 ships?
Well, I mean, if we're taking the Lost Dutchman, I can have my ship docked to the top of that. Right.
Okay.
Go through, and then have our boarding crew on the Death Spider.
Gotcha.
And if I'm piloting my ship, or if my ship is just docked to the Lost Dutchman and somebody else is piloting that, it seems like I'm kind of the one that has to pilot the Dutchman right now.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying, you're taking that using the M drive, but you're going to have your ship basically just docked to it, and then you'll be having and then the Spider will be accompanying you also, is what you're saying.
Yes, the Spider can make its own way out to where we're going to drop, and then it can do its what it does.
Well, I did say when you guys first got the Spider off the asteroid and the pilot was following you that he could get there way faster than you, but he doesn't know where he's going. And the way he gets there way fast is that doesn't have an M drive, because it's just a magic ship. There's no technology on it. So it has a different way of doing it, but that chair has a quote-unquote warp drive.
Interesting. So they can shadow us?
Yeah, they could travel with you.
Well, then perfect. I mean, I guess we'd almost... I don't know. I mean, so we could actually just take the Death Spider then and be part of the boarding crew.
Or you could put all the ships that we have plus more on the Death Spider.
How many ships? The gunship won't fit on there.
Yeah,
I thought it was huge.
It's big, but the gunship is also big. It's just it's not constructed in the same way, so it doesn't fit. Yeah. It's more like a submarine, but it's still big. It's just the Death Spider is almost like an old school ship, so there's lots of deck space. So if you wanted to fill it with people, it'd be much easier.
Yeah,
is what I was saying.
I still like the idea of. Both ships can chase them down out of the wildlands then, and then the Death Spider forcefully boards them. And then the Dutchman stands watch in case they have an escort or something like that.
And Bach's like, they will have an escort. There'll be at least 3 fighters with them, probably a gunship or 2. You're not sure.
Or 2.
We'll see when they leave. There should be several ships leaving at once, though. It won't be just that one. So if we catch that one, it should drop alone. They don't go all in one big group, so we got to do it and be out of there, or back up.
So if we time it correctly, then
let's do it.
All right. Then you guys like that plan?
Let's do it immediately.
Well, you have to wait for them to launch, but
yeah, we have to wait for them to launch.
It should be within the next 3 days, meaning you guys have time to do something if you want, or downtime and use downtime to work towards the goal in a workshop or skill or something. But that's up to you guys. But you have anywhere in the next 3 days to do something. Oh. And Bach, you have the coordinates, most of the coordinates. Bach will send you the last little bit once the ship gets going. He's going to try and basically be watching, keeping his eyes on that constantly, trying to see when they leave so he can have the coordinates. And if you guys happen to not be there, he can always hop on the Death Spider and it can meet you there. If you guys are going to be driving around with the Dutchman.
It kind of seems prudent to drive around in the Dutchman right now.
Yeah, that way you guys don't have to use the portals.
Exactly. We can keep a lower profile, and since Dis now has her ship on her necklace, she has her ship. I have my ship docked to the Dutchman, and so we have a little bit of a transport. All right.
What are we doing with the salad?
That's what I was just about to ask. I was going to go, so now we have that, because I'm guessing, just judging, they were checked up in the med bay, and then as soon as Homeboy was brought back up from 1 hit point, you guys put him back in the brig. That was my assumption, but
that's a good assumption.
You didn't seem too keen on letting them stay out.
How about this? Would you rather join the rebellion or be prisoners, or walk the plank?
Or get jettisoned out into nothingness.
Give me some kind of charisma check, and then you guys can all add to it in some way, shape, or form. Since I'm assuming you're going there as a party.
Yeah.
Do you want intimidation or persuasion?
It's up to you how you want to do it.
Let's try intimidation. 34.
Yes, I'm going to intimidate you.
Fine. Persuasion. 29.
And listen, you persuade people to help you. You don't, intimidate. You intimidate somebody to help you, you're going to get a knife in the back. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying.
I'd like to see him try.
Oh my gosh, Sai.
They kind of look up at you and they go like, I don't know. And as the guy looks kind of like hesitant, the female kind of goes, let's see, hold on. One sec. Sorry, I just like opened up some shit in my thing and started sending sound in my ear. That was really weird. The chick looks up and she goes, yeah, we haven't really ever fought for anyone other than ourselves. I mean, we could give it a try. And the passive insight from Kronos alone registers that as like, she's not lying. She's gonna try, but just she's not sure. Yeah, well, she's not sure of her capabilities or how much she can handle it. But she's gonna try. She just doesn't know when she's gonna fucking give up.
What skills do you have other than? I just stare at them blankly as I say other than, because I'm trying to think of other than getting captured. What are your skills? I don't want to make assumptions.
Well, I was the technician, and that's the female, and you get the sense the way she hid the 2,000 gold and gold bar in the shit behind the engines and booby trapped it. Yeah, she's probably some kind of engineer, and the guy who got all fucked up is like, I kind of play medic, but I can shoot a pistol and a pulse rifle pretty well. But I mean, I don't know. We scraped by just pirating.
And in our link, I'm going to transmit my entire HUD, and over both of them, it just now flashes cannon fodder.
Oh, you're awful. All right. Well, are they amenable to working for the cause? Place to live, food.
It's better than whatever else you were going to do with us, I think. So, yeah. And the guy just looks at her like,
all right.
We would appreciate a roof over our heads where we didn't have to, scrape a living together. So, yes, we would appreciate it. And he kind of like looks at her the first time, being the one who like takes, any sort of agency for himself.
All right.
Nice.
He looks at her and he's like, "You are so bad in social settings." He's like, "You were just embarrassing in social settings."
Are you trying to say that he's good at social settings?
I didn't say he was good. I just said that he seemed to physically like groan from her attempt at being like, "Thank you for not killing us."
So, are we part of your crew then? Now? Is that how this is working? We're gonna work.
Woodrow, I swear to God, you're making me want to kill them on the down low now and like blame I don't know, some kind of asteroid spider.
That's up to you.
I know,
what you do with it.
It's the problem.
But yeah, so up to you.
Kronos? Oh, he went away. Okay. That explains why I'm not getting pushback of killing them.
Yeah,
Brienne?
no one's pushing back, so just do it. Kill them.
Brienne?
What?
You have any vote?
Don't kill them. Freaking murder hobo.
See the rebels. They'll get you sorted. 100%.
Can we get an introduction?
What did
you guys don't have to
Chris try to kill while I was gone?
No one.
I just have a feeling.
So apt.
Huh?
What's the chick's name?
Really? What did you try to kill while I was gone?
What's the chick's name that I intimidated, like, when we first met her?
Oh my
That was
gosh.
Samina. That was the chick who asked you to go in with the... And she still follows you and listens to you because of that. It was a natural 20. And then you natural 20 intimidated her boss.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him. Mr. You're not doing a good job over here. Oh, whatever. Douche.
Well, he was talking to her. He just didn't know who you guys were.
We're your boss, pal. We're from corporate. And we're displeased with how you're running this rebellion. I'm going to Samina, and I will introduce the plant people. People.
So yeah, you take them out, walk them up to the rebel Samina's room, knock on the door, and she kind of comes to the door, and she's like, "Oh, we're ready. Who are your friends? More allies for the fight?" And she kind of just like cocks an eye at you, just like, "Who the hell are these people?"
More allies for the fight. Yes, they were out pirating over yonder, and
pirates. So you're pirates, and Samina looks at them, and they're like, they kind of look down, and the girl kind of looks up like, we're reformed pirates.
So after they failed to pirate and we took their ship, we brought them with us because, we're very kind-hearted people, and decided against doing unto others what they would do unto us. And you can see that as I give this spiel, that I'm basically kind of doing the little masturbatory hand gesture.
Not to mention you murked the rest of the fucking crew, but, whatever.
It was two guys.
Two guys, yeah.
A guy in a Minotaur.
Yeah.
Look, the Minotaur had it coming.
Fair.
For being a Minotaur. Isn't there a Minotaur in the Rebels?
Yeah, Teskin.
Yeah, I thought so.
And speaking of, this is what Samina was going to say too. She's like, so we can take you in for a bit, see what worth you can be around here. Go find the big fellow with horns, dark fur. He'll get you situated. His name's Teskin. Don't get on his bad side. And they're like, okay. And as that happens, you see that there's like a little android that like walks out of the room, and it's kind of walking similar to how like C-3PO walks, but it looks more sturdy than that. And he's like, "Please follow me. Do not do anything untoward," and just starts walking away. And they're like, "So we followed the, oh, okay," and they just start following the android. And so, well, it's digging out back there. We found him, the boxes, a couple of droids. We've been trying to bring him online and have him do some of the upkeep around here.
Can we call that one B4?
Sure.
Cool.
It's
a Star Trek thing.
Come on in.
Okay.
And they bring you in, and inside is just Fashish, Tarn, and Samina. Samina is a high elf. Tarn is a void elf with those sort of elongated arms and long fingers and ears. And then Fashish was a fire genasi, so he's sort of got red skin with hair that kind of licks his scalp like fire. And as you guys sit down, Tarn goes like, slight change of plans. And he seems, just from your base insight, Kronos, he seems really mad. Not mad at you guys, just mad in general, like seething under the surface. You can probably pick it up with your passive insight too. And he's like, there's been a slight change of plans. Before, I was having you go in and get an asset, a person for me, but that person is no longer with us. They have been executed. So now, I was going to bring a team in to go after the pilots and work through the facility to take out the ships. But as you know, he looks to you, Dis, goes, the elf pilots aren't actually in their ships. They pilot them from the transfer room on their base. So we need to keep them busy in the air and assassinate them while they're trancing. That was going to take a lot of my resources to split and divide like that, but since we no longer have an asset to pull out, I can divert you somewhere else.
All right.
I want all of them in there dead. I'm not
As
leaving.
in scorched earth.
Yes, the base, the facility we still need. But in terms of the High Crown personnel, I don't care about prisoners anymore. Maybe one or two for intel. Yeah, well, he was going to try and get some where he was working. He was not expecting you guys to with what he had heard from Samina's reports.
Probably.
But he's basically saying that there's no longer any rules other than don't destroy the hardware. Try and keep the base intact so they can get as many of the equipment out as they can. But in terms of the personnel, there's no one that you have to worry about. No one that's coming out. Everyone is just red X'd, green lit. So the new mission is, and he actually gives you like a readout of the facility. It seems like the person inside you were going to take out, it was managed to get them layout of the facility. And he kind of shows you that in the center of it, there's sort of like a trance room where all their pilots go and enter their trance and communicate with their ship to stay around like planetary defenses, because they can't go too far, but they can at least like do the planetary stuff from their trance room, not having to risk their lives. And yeah, they sort of go through the plan where the men that you can bring with you will basically help you brute force assault the base on your side. And if you guys don't want a brute force assault, you can add the troops to his troops and help him with that. If you guys want to like sneak in or hack in or something like that. But basically, he wants to like go into their airspace, get the pilots up and going, and then he wants to land ships and just assault their base with heavy forces, break in and just lay waste, while the pilots that he has, the rebel pilots, do their best to keep the ships actually on a chase. Because one of the things is there's going to be people going in with you that you have to let know that you've assassinated the pilots, because they basically have to take command of the ships, and they're going to be trying to like work their hacker division is basically trying to work their way into the ships, and you kind of have to let them know when they're dying, because other than that, the ship systems the ships will just fucking start drifting and crashing. They kind of have to know which ones to take. So that's like the one thing of communication that you guys will need to keep up in between you guys. That's like the important thing. But other than that, the plans really are just kind of go in and assassinate the pilots and any other high crown personnel you can find. Just take as many of them out as you can. So yeah, and then once that's done, he'll help you with in any way he can in getting your friend out of the facility on Imena. And he's already given you sort of the schematics that he has for that base as well. And you can see that it's basically similar to Zaloon, how it was like a large tunnel that went way, 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 way underground, or in that case, into the ice. This one is similar. It's like a very deep base. This one is a secret prisoner base, so it seems to be like some sort of torture facility. But there also is a research facility that's part of it. It also seems to be part scientific research. And yeah, that's basically the information that's passed around here.
And Imena is where we needed to have the artifact before we attacked the other.
No. Imena is where Kirby's being held. His body, the game avatar.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I remembered that was the same place. So, as what we needed the artifact to kill the big bad.
He's not at that facility that you know of. There's no plan to intercept him at that base. He might be there, but that's, to your knowledge, he's not there.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, and then he tells you
Go ahead.
The time that they're going to attack is a week out from now. So if you have troops by that time, it will help him. But it's not a necessity anymore, because he was basically holding that against you to see. You get the sense that it was sort of like a test, you guys might be able to fuck shit up or whatever, but can you lead? Can you, do you have any battle sense other than just a weapon, or am I gonna have to aim you? So now he wants to aim you. There's no more test. He's like, these guys fuck shit up, so I don't
give a shit. Just here's my tactical nuke.
that's sort of how it's that whole. If you just by your insight and sort of talking with this man Kronos over the time, that's the evolution of feelings you get from him. But yeah, so you have the 3 days before Bach thinks that the slave ship is taking off Terrace with his brother and a group of slaves you might be able to recruit, and then there's a week till they plan on assaulting Tyr finally. Because you guys were like 2 months out the first time you had talked about it. It's finally getting close to time.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, so we might have. Okay, so we've got the slave ship, which is in the next 3 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 days.
And then we've got the secret prison, which they're going for in the next.
It's a week from where you're talking right now,
okay.
basically. Yeah.
So the Piri chunk, that's the one circled in green, which is where we need to go for you.
Yes.
Dis.
Well, for us.
For
Right, yes.
for us. All right. Question is, do we go there now?
My vote is yes, because why be less prepared?
Well, I mean, chances are there's something useful there. Chances are there's also something probably trying to kill us there, but, you know, I mean, something's trying to kill us everywhere.
No. It's perfectly safe.
No. Welcome, Matt. You know,
how far,
Indian
how long a
boys.
travel is it with the M drive, since I'm unfamiliar with it, from here to there?
From here to there, a little less time, so a little under a day, with the M drive, with the warp drive.
Okay, and there aren't any gates near there because there are no other planets near there.
No, there's no public gate system that goes out there.
Thank you for making that distinction. Now we know that there's some secret gate out there. Appreciate that.
It's just a public
We don't know
transport.
shit with him, seriously. He says that shit all the time. He's like, I'm going to add a superfluous bit of detail that they're going to pass over.
Yeah.
Not that you know of.
Because I
Doesn't
know
mean
I'm
anything.
dealing with intelligent players, and they will read into this, and
They're going to think
Well-
that I think that they think this, so I'm going to think that. And it's like,
I have to add
would
fake
put
ones.
it past.
I have to add fake ones or I'll give away everything.
Right? We're just like, I gotta pad shit out,
Okay.
otherwise I'll give shit away.
If we weren't
We're
to
only
use the
human.
M drive, if we were to just fly there, how long would it take?
Just fly there?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'd be about 4 days.
Okay. So we're taking the M drive.
yeah, clearly.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
It would take 4 days otherwise. Holy shit,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah. When you went to the other chunk, it took you, I think, 6. It's just a little bit further. It's not much further. Ow.
So we're gonna
6 or
go.
7.
I'm gonna get the whatever readings he has on that chunk from Bach and have him update us on the way if the transmission can go to the Shadowfell.
The ship's Neuralink, he can upload stuff, and as soon as you pop out, it'll basically hit you.
Okay.
But while you're in warp, you won't get anything.
Yeah.
Brad,
You know, the Shadowfell, it kind of reminds me of Black Ocean series. They kind of drop in. Yeah, anyway, I'll tell you about it after the game.
You say it's literally upside down. It's just a dark reflection of the real world, where it's like dark, necrotic shadow reflection.
and there are like evil fucking castles and bad places.
It's bad.
in there.
It's not
Yeah,
good.
there's I'm sure there's evil shit here.
Yeah.
So I need
What?
you to chart me a course to the Piri chunk with the M drive. That is your piloting check.
Can I assist him
Yes,
with
you
my
can.
piloting?
All right.
And
that
Kirby doesn't like plane shifting after everything he's been through, so he's going to add the D4. He kind of like
Alright.
takes out his tools and starts drawing, like helping you with the star charts. He's sort of like adding and drawing lines and connecting and using his tools to give you guidance.
He put a hand
Alright,
turkey on the map,
so-
didn't he?
I get
Yeah.
advantage because Dis is helping, and then plus what from Kirby?
A D4 you can roll to the add. Or add to the roll. We can roll to the add.
Roll to the ad.
I knew what you meant. All right. So, the first one, 15, second one. I will take the 18 that came with the second one. So 18 plus 8 is 26.
A 26 again. All right.
And, well, plus the 4.
D4.
Yeah, plus 4. So 30.
30.
All right.
30.
Then you are good. So since you hit a 30, it's not quite like a natural 20, but there's something special. So you've been through to a lot of places before. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out what the DC. Just him. Oh, no, this would be all of you. Sorry. Yeah, my bad. This is all of you.
So 17, 15 plus 2.
Okay, 17.
5, right? Yeah, 15. 15 plus 2. So 17.
21.
My wisdom saving throw.
21. And roll for Kirby. Oh, nice. Enar. Oh, okay. Bryn, wisdom saving throw.
Sorry.
You good?
So just off of a D20, right? With
D20, yeah, D20 plus whatever your wisdom save says.
Oh, whatever my wisdom save. Okay, thank God.
You should have a pretty good one, I think. At least
you have a plus 6.
Yeah, so I got a 13.
A 13. Okay, so you guys, as you go into the trance, most of you saved. So you get this like feeling, almost pulse when you go into warp. You felt it last time where there's this like, because you picked Shadowfell as almost like this dark, like the lights dim and shadow seems to almost crawl and creep and grow in places.
Yeah.
But when that happens this time, you all get an extra little sense of sort of dread. There's just like a sense of dread. And Bryn, as you go into warp, you get that sense of dread, and you go to close your eyes for a moment just to shake it off, and natural reflex to blink, and you almost get stuck in that darkness for a moment. You try to open your eyes, and there's nothing. It's just you see the black void, almost no stars, but this dim, ambient light you can kind of see, and in front of you is what looks like a tower. It looks like it could have been pulled out of the Gorge or from Neverending Quest 2. It just looks like an old ancient tower, except it's made of this like black crystal, but it's got parapets up at the top that you can almost see eyes looking back as this tower twists in the void in a weird, slow. It's many eyes. It's not one eye, but it's just sort of this
Black
ominous tower,
say, huh?
And it's not fully together. It's sort of broken and separated, but just twisting and end over end, side over side. But then you kind of flash out of it. But that's all you guys get. The Shadowfell is really fun.
I was gonna say that, like, you're like, oh, you try to open your eyes and there's still darkness. And I was like, no, I already had spontaneous blindness when I was a kid. I don't
By the
want to do
way,
it again.
That sounds terrifying.
It was horrible.
If we do the atomic grenade, do not look at it and do not fail your save, because it leads to permanent blindness.
Brilliant.
You have 2 of them, and I'm worried.
That's probably that's probably a good idea.
Don't head towards the light. I can't. It's so beautiful.
There are so many.
I can't stop looking at it.
I know exactly what you're referring to, Corey.
Yeah. Ralph.
No, it's a Bug's
Mentos
Life,
bomb.
Bug's Life.
Yeah.
No, at the end of Wreck-It Ralph, the big bad is heading towards a Mentos explosion, and he can't look away, like a moth to a flame.
No, Harry, no! Don't go towards the light. I can't. It's so beautiful. Ah!
So, you guys come out of the Shadowfell warp, all with that strange feeling of oppression. Bryn with a weird vision of a black obelisk or tower out in the void somewhere where there's no stars.
But before we go on, while we're in the Shadowfell, while I'm having this feeling of dread, can I do a scan or something like that to see if there's
you want to use your ship
out
scanners?
in the void?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me an investigation check, but it is not with advantage because you're using your ship's long scanners.
Okay.
When you gaze into the abyss.
Shh! Don't ruin it.
Oh, nat 20.
Okay.
Fucking nat 20. So 26.
So you're sort of in this warp space. Are you in your cockpit, working your cockpit, the cockpit console, sort of like looking out the front window?
Yeah, just doing some scans, seeing what's out there. Making sure there's nothing like, I don't know, it's dark out there, something coming out of the abyss to eat the fucking ship.
So, with a natural 20, I don't know if this is good or bad, you can kind of decide this, but your perception was on point. You're sort of looking out the void, and in the way your ship works is it sort of it doesn't pierce any of the elemental planes. It's sort of like the multiversal, so it's always been like almost like a rainbow bridge, like I described it before, right? There's always the way your ship worked before, it created this rainbow colors, but now what you see is just like dark grays, whites, and blacks just rushing past, almost like smoke, like you're going through a fire without the flames. And so there's a moment where like you think, as the white strands are going and it's switching to gray, you think you can see through a part almost on your out the window. Out in past the smoke, you can see what is causing your dread. You can almost see far off in the distance this glinting light, almost like a star, but you can just see the light off in the distance, like shine, almost kind of like you would look at the North Star. But then it's just for a moment that you see it, and sort of the smoke starts to come by, and as you look down, you see that it did ping on your sensors, and when that happened, the moment it pinged, then you kind of like let go and looked up and saw out the window. All the lights in the ship sort of go out for a moment, like a brown out to sort of just black. It's like pitch black in the ship for a moment. You all would know this, recognize this. And Kirby sort of sends over the Neuralink like, we good? And then the lights come back on, and you can... Kronos, you no longer feel the sense of dread that everyone feels, but you're sure you've seen the source of the dread. But you don't know what it is, because you didn't have the... Oh, wait, no, you did, I think...
What?
Did I say you got the same vision of Bryn earlier?
No.
No, I didn't. Okay, yeah, so
he
he
passed his save, I think.
Okay, so you you see the light, and the ship sensors picks it up with that natural 20, and it has this eldritch sort of effect on your ship and your psyche for a moment. It almost draws your vision to it, and then Bryn, you have the vision of the tower, and Dis, you just have that sense of dread that stays with you the whole time you're here. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be the presence that you felt before. And then you guys hop out of the warp space, sort of, and whoop, you guys can see once again the sort of just wall of asteroids that sort of encompass this solar system, known as the Inner Rim. So, Kronos, you have the schematics of where the chunk is and where you want to land. So go ahead and give me a piloting check with advantage. This spot of the space doesn't seem to be as clustered as the Nyogi space, and it doesn't seem to be it's not as blinded by a nebula at the last spot, so there's no disadvantage. Ooh.
Sorry.
You're good. And if anyone wants to assist, you can.
Sure.
All right.
Why not?
So
what am I assisting with?
Scan readings. Or piloting check, I mean.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So you just go sit in the co-pilot seat with Kronos as he pilots the...
I also want to get whatever additional information the box sent us, now that we're out of warp.
Oh, so as you're looking at that, that information starts going over, bringing up, and you can see that from the schematics you got from the suit of armor of the temple, the scans that Box sends you, is that it is there. So this planet this chunk has been completely frozen over, similar to the other chunks being out here, and this piece is in a piece of ice, but it's on these sheer cliffs, like this big chasm, and they go hundreds and hundreds of feet down. But the temple has an opening off one of these sort of sheer faces, and there's sort of like a ledge where you can land actually several ships with the size that it is. Seems like you can land several ships here.
Nice.
And you can, if you want to bring up the map, you can. But there's also, with the information he sent you, there is lots of like large tunnels on this chunk that came up in the scans too. Just these winding. It looks like random tunnel systems, like water has almost been poured through different ways and created stuff through it.
Which one am I bringing up? The one that's named Blood?
I believe so. I haven't looked at the names in a second. Blood Eye Mural, yeah.
Okay.
Before we land, I wanted to try augury.
What is the question you're asking? And this is a course of action you're taking within the next 30 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, so the question would basically just be will we be successful without dying? Will we not die in the process of doing this?
Yay, Magic 8 Ball.
I mean, you gotta use it, right?
And you've got the spell open there, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna see if I can get this open. Augury, boom, and you roll or? Oh, you don't roll anything. Sorry, my bad. I thought you rolled for this for some reason.
No, you do.
Okay, so with this, you would get back. So this would be wheel and woe specifically. It's not nothing. There's not no, but this is both good and bad results. And you get the sense the way that it comes up with the way the bones fall is that there is a high possibility of death, but Dis basically what Dis wants is here. That you think is the good is that this is the location you need to be, but it's very dangerous the way you get woe in wheel.
Okay.
The bones tell you it's very dangerous.
Why don't you guys stay back a little? Some. Significantly. Alright, so here's the marching order. First my familiar.
Okay.
Then my shadow.
Okay.
Then me.
Jeez.
I'm not trying to speak for you guys, but I mean, send the Dark Elf to the Dark Elf place, send the Rogue to the we don't want to trigger something place.
Yeah. And it's just so I can tell you what you're seeing. The white is the ground you're walking on, essentially, right? It's all ice. Everything you're seeing is ice, except for the little bit of stone you can see peeking out when you get to where the facility is. What you're looking at right now, where the blue is basically all solid ice. The dark blue is a sheer cliff face. It drops off, has to be thousands of feet from where you are into a giant ice crevasse. Yeah, at the bottom. That's all just drop off. And the rest of it is ice. You can kind of see a little ways into it at times, but then it gets it's so dense that you can't see that far in. But if you scroll up a little bit, the dotted lines, that's sort of where the entrance, so that's all just basically like an ice tunnel. And when you get to where the lines are straight, that's like where the stone sort of starts. And that's part of the temple that you had seen before. Exactly. You do see... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I assume the red line is a hard stop, so...
Yes, that is a door, and you can see that from your scans, when you guys were coming in and all that stuff to land, this place is running on a match flame of power. We're talking it might not have enough power to do anything. You'll need power, which luckily you guys randomly rolled those fucking 3 energy cells, so no one has to hook up their ships or anything like that. So that's good.
Pilfer from the pirates. Fuck yeah.
Yep. So as you guys came in, you guys know, like, okay, there's no power here. As you walk up to that door, is it your shadow or is it your robotic bird?
Well, if my bird can't get through, I assume that 3-dimensionally this is blocked in all directions.
Yeah, the bird can't get anywhere once it's in there. It's a hard stop.
So then my shadow will approach, and I don't know if my shadow can detect traps. I know it can attack.
Yeah, I can't really do skills or anything like that. It's just
then it's going to be me.
Yeah, it's just an extension of you for combat and sneaking and stuff. Distraction.
All right.
like scanner that sort of drops down, and it's just like it just looks like a little camera lens almost, and it's like you can see there's a little red line that goes over the lens, and then as that scans you, it drops another like panel to the side of it, and you can see that the power goes and shuts out. The door was trying to open for you, but it sensed that it didn't have enough to actually open the door all the way, and it opened up the panel, and you think you could connect power through this little panel that it opened up. It's also what it is a keypad to like open the door if you were to say no a code to get in. But you could break it down and access the internal systems to.
Could I hack it once it has power?
Yeah. Yes, you
oh,
can.
Awesome.
You want me to bring you a power cell?
Please.
Kronos.
Yes.
As you were walking up with the power cell, Bryn and Kirby, I'm assuming you guys are just sitting back by the ships?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, because I know Dis said stay back, so Kirby's just kicking it by the ship, but I just didn't want to tell you where you were. So me and Bryn are back by the ships. You're walking up one of those power cells. You're like, this will be enough. As you get under those dotted lines, go ahead and give me a... This would be wisdom saving throw, because wisdom is based off perceptions. So, or no, just give me a perception check with advantage. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. I got a little brain fart there.
Are you serious? It fucking rolled the same thing both times. All right, so 16 plus 12 is what? 28?
So, as you're walking up with the power cell, you're like, oh, this should be easy. You start getting your whip cord ready so you can connect everything up with your little hacker glove. You don't have tremor sense, but your whole thing is the vibrations and psychic. Now with crystal, you also bless you. You also have the psychic aspect too. But with the vibrations, there's a frequency you pick up in the ice, almost like a humming or a rattle. You felt this before, and that's actually where we're gonna call it for tonight, and we'll pick up here when we start next session. But yeah,
I hate you.
You feel the vibration under your feet.
Done, good sir. Well done.
I hate cliffhangers,
I think I know.
and I despise everything about you.
I think I know what that rumbling is.
I'm hungry. That's what it is.
The real cliffhangers last offline 11 years ago. You just will never be able to get in contact with me again.
Oh,
I hit it.
Sorry. I know I did too. I was trying to help. You're so mean.
Thank you. Appreciate
Never
it.
again.
Never again help. Okay.
Actually, it might be I who is in who is in trouble. Who is in danger with the rumbling that I felt before.
In your tumbling?
It's gonna be the worms. The purple
Do you have a
worms.
rumbly in your tumbly, Kronos?
No.
Lies. Yay, I drove Luke to drink.
I have scotch in my tumbler. Drink in my glass. Beer in my glass. I don't know. Whatever.
Oh my gosh. This was crazy. I killed a bunch of ghosts. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like a shit ton coming back, but hey, one thing at a time.
Well, that's listen. You kept them at bay, so I could get so I could pilot the ship out of there, and
So
Kirby
you
could
could
make
do
sure
a
that the
donut.
engine was running.
Yeah.
That's and then we donut burned them.
I was just really happy that
I'm copyright.
you leave.
Donut burn.
You leave, and it's like, here's 3 more, and I was like, I'll probably be okay, right? Then freaking Woodrow goes, so they all kind of swarm you, and I'm like,
destroy them with lasers.
So
I'm gonna really hope that my axe is really strong
You wanna
and
know
it
what those
doesn't
were?
like woof the specter.
So those were kind of a custom-made thing. So there's obviously specters. That's a real thing. So I took
Yeah,
a specter, but then I crossbred them with a Bodoc, and they have this ability. It's basically called Death Gaze. So if you don't avert your eyes, you have to constantly make that save for each one that's around you. If you're looking at them, and if it's a Constitution DC 13 save, but if you fail by 5 or more, it instantly drops you to 0 hit points.
Oh, that's
Damn.
Yeah. They're nasty.
That's just rude.
So averting your
What'd
eyes
you say
is
about
smart.
permanent hit point drain?
Unless you've got the visage of death on your face.
That's if they touch you. If they do damage with their touch, if you fail to save on that damage comes off your maximum hit points until you get a long rest, which means you can't be healed. That damage back.
Solid.
Yeah, undead are great, and I make them a little more bitey for this system because they've been all. This whole system has been nerfed in terms of like the deadliness of monsters. But yeah, it's all good. I'll get you guys.
Well,
eventually.
that's why homebrew exists, man. You know.
Well, anybody got any last minute bits before we wrap up the show?
I vote we just make a mad rush. Straight in.
Your vote is always either rush or kill everything. Like,
Yeah.
That's my
mad
fallback
rush
plan.
is probably a little bit quicker than yours.
You know I love my time challenges. Because you guys can't fight everything because you'll just kill it. So I have to get you in other ways. There's other challenges. So
And Luke, I move at 90. So
I can double move at 120. Plus, I can
Way
fucking
fuck
misty
both
step.
of you. I
Plus,
still
I can
only have
dimension door.
40.
So I mean, let's get what we need to get and get out of here. Is what I'm saying. Is that
Britt and Kirby are just like, fuck us, right?
I mean, I can dimension door a bunch of people, but I only got one of those. So.
I was going to say I can move at 500. So
Well, I mean,
God.
again, but then you're jumping into teleporting. So
You can
like I'm talking
teleport
about like
a bunch
movement.
of people.
So what do we need to figure out what we need from here, and if we've got to run in, smash and grab, and run out, then we do.
Oh, I know what we need from here, and I don't think it's going to be quick.
All right, then we bring our fucking tanks with us, and we just fucking blast a hole in, like we always do.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, on this slightly hostile note.
No, he said tanks. I said you're welcome.
Hostile.
It's going to be awesome.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. We appreciate you as always. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to Red Valkyrie. Ring that bell. We got the art auction coming up so soon. Week and a half away.
Gonna be
So
some
exciting.
sick artwork on the auction. There always is.
I have so much
Always
shit
is.
I have got to finish so I can get it up for the auction, but it's gonna be amazing. So make sure that you check that out October 1st, and we will see you guys next week to find out what the fuck we're about to do. We're stuck on this bullshit cliffhanger.
Yes.
Literally cliffhanger.
See you guys
Perfect
next
cliffhanger.
time.
Later.
Bye.
Later.